I hate this so much, but I love it at the same time. Hello and welcome back to our wonderful, happy, fun time D&D game. Aren't we all having happy, fun times?
I am.
Yeah. Well, I am anyway.
Except doing monsters keep getting killed.
Yeah. Quite easily, they're just dying.
Incredibly easily. Don't push it, don't push it, don't push it.
So we've got a competition this week. There's no prize. It's whoever can spot how many mistakes I make in the rules. It's going to be quite a few. I've noticed I've made quite a few already, so thank you. Anyone who... Yes, lovely.
And now you're going to pay for it.
Now I'm going to kill you all. Again, we're using dice from Critic, so thank you very much. They're really nice. Some of those performed very well for you last week.
Yes, they did.
Annoyingly well.
Falling.
And that's my dice now.
It's fine, it was one of the extra D6s that we have many of that are just... I want to just like throw them in the air like money. Like...
Let's get this going. Can you remember where you were last time?
We are
in a bedroom.
in this room. Right.
Surrounded by a beat up corpse and a pile of ash.
You are indeed.
Yeah. I think her face is probably like just caved in because he was.
And her eyes have been plucked out.
Yeah, like he was wailing on her.
So you were exploring the house. Not too far, maybe half a day's walk from the village of Barovia. Can anyone tell me who currently is outside of the house awaiting your triumphant return? The names of the two.
We always have this as a quiz every time. And
Brother
never
and
actually
sister.
beat them.
No.
The other Rosenthorn.
The other Rosenthorn.
The other Rosenthorn, yes.
Felden.
Felden's somewhere in the house.
Felden.
He's at the door. Ismark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus
The Ismark.
Ireena?
And Ireena?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Yay!
They are in the stables awaiting you to return. But you are currently in the basement of the house. The house that used to belong to Elizabeth Durst. And her husband. Can anyone tell me his name?
Gustav.
Perfect.
He was a handsome devil.
You've discovered two of their children.
And like Gustav's other child-ish.
Yes.
We found two of their children 3 times now in different forms.
You have indeed.
And a pile of ash that was a baby.
Yes.
One of them's in my head now as well.
One which is in your head.
One went to bed like a good child.
But you find yourself underground in this labyrinth stroke crypt in what can only be described as really a master bedroom. In here, you've found, rightly or wrongly, what some of you have assumed to be Elizabeth Durst, who tried to cast some spells, some magic, at you and didn't fare so well. But once she broke and went to the floor, her husband, for some reason, attacked her rather than you. Jakul was able to turn undead, but it did not turn Elizabeth Durst. It did turn her husband.
Can I search this room?
We
Pardon?
haven't searched
You have not
it.
searched this room yet, no.
We asked him
Are you
where
still-
his son was, and
Are
he
you
pointed
still
down.
his mistress at this
No,
point? Are you
'cause
still
remember
looking like his
I
mistress?
changed,
started and then you changed
I
back.
changed back
That was it, yeah.
to not quite the same as before, but close enough.
Creepy. And
We
you've
asked-
now got purple eyes, haven't you?
Yeah, purple
I
eyes.
remember.
I'm trusting you less and less.
In the centre of the room, bear with me, sorry, let me just find my notes.
He pointed down.
He did
Yeah,
indeed.
pointed them down where,
Walter
where Walter is. So there's got to be stairs somewhere down.
There's a very old bed, rotten hay, what was in the mattress. It looks long gone. There is a small footlocker at the end of the bed and a wardrobe in the room.
Can I search her?
Yeah, of course you can. As you go over, her face is completely caved in. where her head was is just brain matter spread. That kind of iron metallic-y smell of the blood mixed in fills your lungs as you get close to her. Especially there's not really any air coming through here. It's quite stagnant as it was. But that kind of metallicness to it, you can taste it on the tip of your tongue. You have a look at her. She has a yellow book with a small clasp on the end of it, quite heavy. You're able to tell instantly that this is a wizard's spellbook.
Cool. I pick that up.
Yep.
And
Sort of.
flick it open.
You can open it?
Yeah, if I can.
Yeah. As you do, you hear in your head again this voice. Give me a d20. Perception or insight.
Perception. I'll go with perception.
Okay.
What's my insight actually? Yeah, perception is probably the better one. 18 plus 1 plus 3. I am on a 22.
Nice. So again, you hear this. I see you.
Yep.
This sounds similar to Strahd's voice. Very similar to when the statue said it the same. But now, when you've heard it this second time, when he spoke, and you've only heard him mutter a few words, the authority, just the amount of power that he can carelessly throw around in his words, how he was able to portray that with effortless. This isn't the same. This is an imitation of it. This is a attempt at sort of capturing. Imagine listening to like Brian Blessed speak aloud, and then a ventriloquist or someone doing an impersonation of him.
Okay.
That's similar to what you're hearing here. It's not got the same.
Can the rest of them hear it, or is it just myself?
You're not sure. As you look round, no one seems to have reacted. You open the book. You flick through. You find a number of different spells in it. You got a pen.
I've got a pencil.
There's the pencil.
Some you know. Disguise self. Identify mage armor, magic missile, protection from evil and good, dark vision, hold person, invisibility, and magic weapon. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So disguise self, identify mage armor.
Yep.
Protection
Magic missile.
from good and evil.
Protection.
Missile.
G plus V E. Shall I say?
Invisibility.
What is it after protection, good and evil?
Dark vision,
Dark
hold
vision.
person, invisibility, and magic weapon.
Oh, I'm not a wizard, so I can't really use this book, can I?
No.
None of us can.
No.
But every other sort of magic user.
Someone else's spellbook can have value to the right person,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'll just put all these down.
You also find on her, by her hip, a healing potion.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
So that's 2d4. Oops, excuse me. I think it's 2d4 plus 1. You'll have to look that up. I can't remember. Sorry, they've changed.
Just the one, yeah?
Just one on her.
Shall we have a short rest? That might be nice.
You've got the footlocker at the end of the bed.
Oh,
Can
do
I go
we
for that?
still have our extra hit points from whoever did a wibbly thing?
You
Yeah,
had
that
it
was
for
for
8
8
hours.
hours.
So we've just picked up, so it's still there. Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So even if you have a short rest, I think a short rest is 15 minutes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah, I could appreciate a short rest. I had like a pain in my back for some reason.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember. I have
You also
similar
have a
pain.
pain?
Yeah, I think it's actually still in my back.
I said duck.
A silver arrow, was it?
Yeah. Does anyone want to actually just get this?
I'll remove the bolt
Yeah,
out
I'll
and put
take
it
that.
back
Can-
into the crossbow.
Everyone give me a perception check. So as Gabriel is just...
Oh,
how do you
okay.
flick through the book? Are you quite careful? with it, or are you just casually?
I can read all languages. And
So you're just casually flicking through it.
17.
20.
Oh, nice.
19.
You're like, what's in my bag?
Gabriel, yes, please, sir. Perception, please, Gabriel.
My perception.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
I thought I was too busy watching the book. Be 15 plus 19.
Rock Johnson, who happens to be in the room.
Too busy looking at rock. Standard day.
As you're all in the room and you kind of see Gabriel walk over and pick this book up and just quite casually starts flicking through it. As he goes to close it, just before it closes, you see, you're not sure if it's the light in the room for you to flicker and change, but the book gets darker for just half a second, just as if a cloud's just gone overhead and stopped the sun reaching it for a moment, or something's moved in between the light and the book. But you're closer to it. As he's holding it at waist height, you can see it better.
Yeah.
As he's casually flicking through it. And just as he goes to close it, you see not one, not two, but 3 shadows down his arm, down onto the floor, down onto the wall, and out of the room.
Red follows that with her head. Just...
Trigger the light. What happened?
In the space of a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Your wolf instantly picks up on you, goes onto edge. You see the ears come back. He's next to you by your side, looking for possible threats to you. Your emotions really closely entwined.
Okay, I'm on guard. What's happening?
Oh God, how do I communicate this? Shadow. And just like shadow, she'll like show a shadow going up the wall and out the room.
Yes, we are using torches
3.
and candles. That's normal. Torches, candles. Yeah. No.
No. Okay. She shows the image of what they look like, the quick movement, and that they had no source.
It's okay.
She's going for a wander. She's going for a wander. She's taking the wolf and going for a wander. I'm going to have a quick look around.
Yeah. Which way do you go?
Where are we? We're here.
Way out, yeah.
The others, what are you doing?
I want to go and look in there.
Who's going out?
I want to look in the footlocker.
Yeah. It's not locked. You managed to open it. Have you got a pencil?
Yes, I do. Here's my pencil.
There is a folded cloak of protection. Ooh, this is low-level magic item. All of you will be able to recognise them instantly. The clasp, how it's made. I'll give you a more in-depth look at that in a second. There is a small wooden coffer within it, and inside that there is space for 4, but there's currently only 3 healing potions. Sort of small, round bottom, red liquid. Again, I'm not going to make you identify this. You would all know these straight away. There is a chain shirt. There is a flask of alchemist fire. A bullseye lantern. Something that you recognise instantly, wrapped in leather, coming out. Is a set of thieves' tools. They're quite nicely made. And that's your lot.
Healing potions do 2d4 plus 2.
Have you told people what spells you've seen in the book?
I can, but none of us can use them, can we?
That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell them.
Okay.
This is a spell book for A to Z of spells. A few I already know, and a few that you already know as well.
Yeah.
Since it's been a little while, spellcasters both give me an insight.
With me, yeah, bless me. That's her.
Arcane, you're going to get a bonus. Or an arcane check.
I could do an arcane or an insight.
Yeah.
12
I could do
on-
insight.
12 on Arcana.
My insight was horrendous. Let's go
21.
arcane. That was
You're not that bothered, or
I was
you?
the one who can't communicate.
12 on arcane.
So I know everything.
Teach her how to speak.
As he's reading off the list of spells, she cast spells which weren't in this book.
She's gonna pat up and like asks to look at the book.
Just give me the book.
Flick through.
I don't think you can read arcane.
No.
I say it's yours now.
Pockets.
Can she read any language?
She can read quite a few languages. Quite a few, actually. But not this. She's gonna, to you, project an image of Elizabeth casting the spells that she was casting, and sort of like the prodding, question, confusion, the comparison. Her just sort of going.
I take the book back. Yep. I flick to the very first page and see if it's got like anything written in it. Like, did it belong to her?
This book belongs.
Are you looking to see if it?
Like if it had like
please return.
I don't know, like
or a arcane library,
like an arcane library
overdue.
book or something like. It's not like how the book's like.
It has. So, wizard spellbooks have a limited number of pages, and you can see the first 3 pages. As you inspect it closely, you can see they've been removed.
Right. Okay.
Take of that what you may.
Wouldn't.
Could wizards cast? Like wizards can't cast spells that aren't in a spellbook, though. As strange as she could.
Yeah. I shrug.
It's weird. Yeah.
This could not
The
possibly.
fact that she's alive, even right
To be fair,
now,
this
is-
may not be hers, and also, I don't think healing potions were keeping her alive for that long.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't undead. Definitely wasn't undead.
Well, no, you can tell that by the fact that
Yeah.
brain matter all over the floor and it smells like iron in here. But
That's
no, we're
true.
still going to wait here for 15 minutes, aren't we?
From
before
what
we
you'd
move on to
heard,
this
she would have
chanting?
been quite old.
Can I do an investigation check to see if, basically, if she's just been living in this one room for the past however long?
Yeah, you can have a look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a roll.
15?
Yeah, that's enough. She's been in here a lot. There has been, as you're investigating, you can find the telltale signs of lovemaking in this room. Make of that what you will.
Right. As a child.
But no, she has been venturing forward out of here. There are signs of preparing food of some description and eating and whatnot.
Can we still hear the chanting?
Yes, coming from the north.
Can we look in the wardrobe as well? Gotta make sure you.
Oh yeah, there's a wardrobe there, isn't there?
Oh yes, a
He
walk-in
was hiding in
wardrobe.
there, wasn't he?
Why you have me to remember where I can steal things from?
There is the flutter as moths and the sort of smell of long gone decayed clothes kind of fills you.
Red's going to grab one out the air. Just
That kind of that sensation of like the gag at the back of your throat where you've got like rotting fabrics and that very distinctive smell that cotton has when it goes like that.
Yeah.
But in the wardrobe, not a lot else.
I'm putting on that cloak.
I'm
Yep.
going to go have a look at the her
As
body.
so the cloak gives you +1 to all your saves.
Yeah, baby.
It's black.
That's my aesthetic.
As you have a look at it, it looks like it's had part of it altered, and embroidered on it is now the house symbol of the Durst House.
That's fine, guess I'm a Durst now.
I'm going to go
Yes.
Oh, would anyone
poke
like
at
to
the
change
body a little bit.
I think
Anyone
I've already
like
got
change
one.
that?
It's been embroidered by a loving motherly hand, you think, looking at it.
I mean, I'm wearing leather armour.
Yeah,
I don't think I can
how's
use chain.
my head reacting to this? The child in my head.
As you sort of step back and focus and kind of enter your own conscious and try and find, you're having a hard time locating her. And then in the corner of your mind, you just hear a very small voice, nowhere near as big as it was before, just crying gently. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Please get out.
It's okay. She's gone now.
She's never gone. She's never gone.
She's
Get out, get out.
definitely gone for good now. I guarantee. Can I try and convince her?
Fawn. Shh, don't cry, Fawn. It's okay.
Can I try and convince her that she's gone?
What do you try and say?
I say she's definitely gone. I can guarantee it. You should trust me. It's all okay. She's gone now. Nothing to worry about. We'll now find your brother.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a roll.
12?
Comes around a bit, but doesn't. You get the distinct impression that.
No. Okay.
Yeah. That comes sort of to the front of your mind once more.
So are we going to wait here for a bit?
I'm going to go and have a look at Elizabeth's body. Like, try and see.
Whose body?
Elizabeth's body.
Mm-hmm.
Try and, not like the face, but like, just try and see, like, is there any signs as to how old she might be? If there's, like, decay, what might have been keeping her alive? I'm just going to use survival, so it's going to be all mundane stuff.
Okay.
16.
She looks, as you kind of, without being able to look at her hair, as you kind of like investigate her fingers, you can see these jaggedy, slightly pointed nails, blood underneath them. Whose, you're not sure. The kind of fingers look gnarled, that kind of super old lady look where do they bend or not? You're not sure. As you kind of investigate them, some of them do, some of them don't. There's lots of clicking and movement in there. She's got muscle under it all, but carries very little fat on her body. The sort of smell of her, someone who's not washed in a very long time, fills your nose. But you would, from looking at her body with that, maybe like 70 to 80 years old, something like that, if it was natural.
Cool.
For human.
Yeah.
From what you've heard, though, and from what you've seen at the house, she should be much older than that.
She sort of stands up and starts walking towards the corridor.
Yeah, let's go back into this room here, because it had some chairs. Have a little sit.
Which room?
The main room outside, out
Just
the
outside
wardrobe.
the door.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of big leatherback chairs in there.
Can we set a watch while those of us who are injured have a bit of a rest?
Yeah.
It's only 15 minutes. You could rest for like half an hour maybe and have two, so everyone gets a rest if you want to. It's up to you.
No,
I'm good.
I'll need to rest. How much do I heal?
Whatever your thing is.
You hit dice.
I got my spell back.
I don't know what +2 means for you.
So who's not resting for the... Yep.
I'm fine.
So you've kind of got
Need
a
to rest
way...
your spells back though.
Well, will you get that with a short rest? So it has to be a long rest.
Certain rests. I get mine with
certain
mine
people
short.
can, certain people can't. It will say on your class. I don't believe you do. I think you need a long rest, Cassia.
Certain spells when you need a long rest.
No, none of mine need. I don't think any of mine need rests. So, no, I'm not the rest.
Just a quick...
Oh, if it's just a short rest, then I will have a short rest.
We'll do a quick once round of what people would be able to see on how people are acting. I'm down here. So if we start on Gabriel...
I am
So
sat in one of the
D8, like a
chairs,
full 8,
reading the book that I grabbed off the statue, and Eric is like proper, like almost like he's talking to me as we read it.
You see, as Eric's on your shoulder and you're looking at this book, his eyes flick quite often towards Jakul, and then back to you.
Yeah.
Constance. Yeah, just completely stretching out
Having a bit of a rest.
on the big chair.
That took a lot of
You've had the crap beat out of you quite bad.
I was imagining it like, you know those dog trainers who have the like big suits on and they've just got like a dog hanging on each arm. It's like, I've got a ghoul on me on every limb. Please just shoot them.
Nice. Hesia.
It's a long rest for me.
Oh, yeah. How are you acting though?
Oh, yeah. Sat in near one of the doorways.
Which one? So you've got a north, and so you've got
North,
the
east,
west, which just goes to the bedroom. You've got east, which goes to the statue of Strahd, and you've got north.
East towards the statue, nominally looking out, but more importantly, counting up all the money that we found so far.
Yeah, having a look
getting
through
everything
stuff.
out, just seeing what we've got. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jackal.
I'm checking on the hole in the back of my shirt, and I'm casting the mending on it to fix up the hole in my cloak and everything, making sure I look nice and presentable.
Yep. You see Jackal spending a bit of time smartening himself up again. And Red.
Red and Wolf are going to be at one of the corridors, whichever one Hessia's not at.
I'm in this one.
So that one, the north-facing one. Picking at like a strand of hair. She's looking a bit on edge, and being underground isn't fun.
As you're kind of sat there, from your wolf you get these images of kind of like running through fields and chasing elk.
She just kind of pushes the thoughts back
and then
stop
kind
it.
of like nuzzles up to you.
Yeah.
Your rest goes without incident. But can the two people on watch give me a perception, please?
5.
6.
Rubbish.
Nothing.
No, I'm looking at the money.
That's true.
So who was on the east, please? Sorry,
Hessie's on
I
the
had to
east.
never eat shredded wheat, that one.
And even then I still get it the wrong way around.
As you sit to the east and just keeping an eye out as you then kind of look down and then start counting your money with glee and then look up this bag full of gems as you pull it out. You start to inspect the quality of each one. You kind of bring it up to the light for a second and then put it down. And the next one you bring up to the light for a second and put it down. And then the next one, as you bring it up, just in the distance, you can see the statue of this man in this billowing cape. Man you've seen before. Is it really a man? As you put the gem up and then bring it down, as you see his hand, as he's reaching out, as you look back, and then you see the statue back into this position now with this empty hand where the book was, just looking out into the distance over it once more.
Danger.
You can't help but look down. Look at what he's taken from you already.
Hey guys.
So everyone gets back however many hit dice you want to use. So you've got your level 3, so you can use all 3 hit dice. So your hit dice is how many hit points you get when you level up. So for example, Constance, yours is 10. So you could say I'm going to burn all 10. Burn all 3, and you'd roll 3d10, and you add your Constitution bonus to each one, and that's how many hit points you heal. But then you don't get any hit. That's you out of short rest.
Sure.
So you could burn just 1, and then you could take another short rest and burn 2.
Okay.
It's completely up to you.
Okay, I burn 1 then.
I burn
already
1 as
rolled.
well, yeah.
I did it. And then I'll add the Constitution as well. Yeah?
You do indeed, and that's how many hit points you get back.
The modifier.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty much at maximum now, so that's good.
Okay, nearly max.
I'm clearly not throwing strong enough bad guys.
No, these are great.
I think our allies did more damage to us than anything.
Wait!
That Crown of Madness spell is a good spell. I like that spell.
Told at a duck, and that wasn't me that did it.
You need a barbarian or someone like that to get that in them and just watch them destroy their own team.
Yeah, because they don't.
Just like
They can't fight it off either.
just like no save versus it.
Right, we need to work our way
What do
down.
you do? All of you would notice she is shaken.
Do you see something?
You know that statue, that one we saw earlier with the book, and yeah, it's moving. Just saying, it moved.
What was that book you took from it?
Just saying.
It's a spell book.
What was
Is
it?
that the one that's in this room?
It's a Grimoire of the Raven Queen.
Ah, so it's got like spells from the Raven Queens.
Yeah,
So
but
like
but she only allows me to see a certain number on them.
Okay, you're just going to hear some feet pattering on the floor, and Red's going all the back to,
Is
up
it
to the
still
statue.
now as we look at it? Is it still?
It's back to its normal position.
She's just walking straight up to it, just like
I'll go up.
looks at it, just,
I'll tap it with the hammer.
It seems to be just a solid statue.
and then look back at her like.
It definitely moved. Definitely moved.
I'll
She's
break
going to
off its
project an
toe.
image of the time that you all called her a liar.
It moved.
I'll hit it on the foot with my hammer. Break off a toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes one. Give me a roll. See how
What's it made of?
good you are.
Is it just like stone,
17.
or is it like
You
fancy
smash it.
stone?
Like a marbly type effect. It's quite well made. Yeah, you break off part of its foot.
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
No reaction.
No reaction.
It moved.
Sure it did.
Right, they're still getting distracted by
Let's
statues.
get on
and
with
find
this.
this kid.
Yeah, we've
Get
got
out
this.
of here.
So you're back
Chanting
in this room.
talks
So
and
again,
all.
you've got these almost like theatrical, as if you were going into like a horror museum around the walls. Just for anyone who's been in an actual sort of like medieval dungeon, their characters I'm talking here, this is not how you do this shit. This is, sorry, swear jar. It's over the top. Even for here, it's over the top.
Is it like they're trying too hard?
Oh, they're trying way too hard.
Right.
It's just a bunch of like fanboys,
I
like
think
Strahd
it
fanboys.
maybe-
Yeah, she was a Strahd fan girl.
Fangirl. Oh.
She was doing a lot of
It was
unnecessary
letter pretty
stuff,
much says
yeah.
it all.
Yeah, that's to the husband. Though,
Wait
isn't
a
it?
second. We assumed
No,
it
it
was
is.
to the husband, but
We
it
assumed
was
that.
It doesn't
It must
actually
be
say.
there.
It does say about
Doesn't
you found
clarify.
comfort in the arms of another woman, though,
Maybe she did.
No.
and sired a stillborn son.
Should we reread it and think about it in a different context?
Yeah.
You can do that. I'm just going to watch the statue.
My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are, your dread lord and master, Strahd van Zarovich.
Well,
So,
I'm glad we reread that because it means there's an altar and we haven't found the altar yet.
Yeah, I think we know where the altar is.
One place we've not been yet.
Or a dungeon.
There is just a
There could be a whole other level.
This isn't a dungeon.
One
This
second.
is
As
crypts.
you're reading this, in front of this statue of Strahd, and you're
I'm
watching
staring
it,
at
you're
it,
staring
yeah.
at it. You swear just for like half a second. The sort of mouth, they've not quite got the face right for him. It's not right. It's not. You've seen this guy. You've seen him up close. Just the pure look of disdain. The pure look of you weren't even cattle to him. You were. It was barely a wave of his finger, and he's taken something so precious to you away. And that look of pure arrogance and pure whatever on his face. And it's impossible to carve that onto this statue. But just for a second, as you're looking at this face of the statue, you see it once more. And then it passes again.
Just going to keep glaring at it.
Right.
Red's going to start walking down the
You got the
corridor.
map, don't you, Kirk? Which way haven't we been?
We're somewhere there to the west, where we had a.
So which way
fork
did
in
you
the
go?
road. So we're going out the top
So
west.
remember, you did discover the secret exit or entrance.
Yeah, stairs up.
Going north, which takes you back
To
up to
hunting
the
room.
hunting room.
Our
If
dwarf
things
is
go
in trouble.
south, we regroup
We go
out there.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. So which way do you go?
West.
Yep.
Along the path to the
And
far
then-
end.
You hit a crossroads, but you can keep going,
Peek round the corner.
And then
Yep.
we're at the T-junction.
and then you keep going right to the end of the road
Yeah, the T-junction and peer around the
Left.
corner on the left.
to the left.
Quietly.
Okay. It comes down into some steps, coming down, and then they kind of turn and then go back on themselves.
How many feet?
So you're going down like a whole level. You're going down like 20 foot.
We're on a whole new floor.
More ceiling.
As soon as you pass the threshold of like the first stairs going down, the volume of the chanting raises dramatically for all of you. You can hear it now. It's got that kind of cathedral-esque quality to it as it echoes and reverberates, is that the correct word? Around these stairs and coming up. It's now quite a challenge to see where it comes from. The stairs make their way down, straight down, and then open into quite a large room.
You might have to flip it.
Might need
over.
to flip it, yeah.
Maybe 50 foot long by 30 foot.
The stairs
And
in the
you're
middle.
coming in from... So if you come down and down, you guys are kind of coming in from the south corner, not south corner, sorry, the as you're coming in, so there's a slight corner, and then you come in from the north west corner of this room.
Okay.
So,
To
what
the-
was it, 30 by 50?
Yeah, so it's 50 long, 30 south.
Okay.
You can see two doors from the south coming out of it, both open,
50 long, 30 down.
but this room in itself,
Yeah, 51 down.
as soon as you... Who's at the front?
I was the first one to start walking.
You going in first?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'll follow.
I'd be at the
Got
back
the wall
because I
with
think
me.
that statue's going to follow us.
Yep.
Is it dark down here, or are there
Oh, it's dark.
candles
There's no
lit?
lights.
There's only torches on the wall.
Don't we still have torches?
Yeah, we have our lights.
You'd
I
have
cast
to redo light.
back on my hand.
Yeah, you cast light on the hammer. Anyone else having a light
I'll
source
do
cast on them?
produce flame.
I can
Yeah.
do a precipitation. Yeah.
Perfect.
Pardon?
I've got light now.
Where are the doors?
Well, I
on the
get
south?
dark vision as well, and Eric's sat on my shoulder. I keep forgetting as well.
Yeah. I've
Just
got that
not
vision.
quite in the bottom corners, but just off.
Okay. And they're closed.
Open at the moment.
Yeah.
You can hear the chanting now. You can hear the words that they're singing.
Do you recognise the language?
It's in a common tongue,
common.
but it is, think kind of like Shakespearean common. What these people are trying to do to it, and what they're just repeating again and again and again.
Oh shit, are they LARPers?
It's got that feel to it. It's really, really got that feel to it.
Culty,
That kind of. Can anyone remember the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where the people want to be vampires?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It's got that feel. It's got that feel to it.
Okay. What can we see anything that's in this big room other than like from what our light sources are showing?
Yeah. So going across it are 4 pillars and then 4 pillars, and there's lots of little bits cut out around it, almost like little shrine type things. You would have seen stuff like this before, definitely.
Okay, I would like to investigate what is on them.
What you can hear again and again is, "He is the ancient. He is the land. He is the ancient. He is the land." Repeated again and again, but really slowly.
Fun.
It's quite
Red
loud.
rolled her eyes.
This feels a bit less creepy than I first intended it to.
You're right.
No.
Your hair falling out.
Yeah, apparently so.
You make your way round.
Can I investigate what is in this little shrine?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
Okay.
You've been in places big temples where they keep relics, and some of them really do hold power. So when people become saints or very powerful clerics or paladins or done jobs of massive worth and they've been touched by the gods themselves, what they leave behind holds great power. Sometimes it can be imbued with magic, sometimes other things can be put on it. That does not seem to be the case here as you look around. There's a real mixture of different bits and bobs. There's a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws on a loop of rope, which is just hanging there. As you investigate it closer, goblinoid, perhaps, something definitely of that species. A knife, which is made out of bone, again, a humanoid type bone. A dagger with a rat skull set into the pommel. A folded cloak made from some kind of humanoid skin. What looks like a wand of some description. But does anyone have identify or arcane knowledge?
I've got Arcana.
Yep.
We both had a look at this wand, are we?
5.
10.
It is wood.
It doesn't take too much to look at it with your 10, it's just wood.
It's just wood.
Yeah, for sure.
It's wood.
Thanks.
An iron wand, kind of like pentagon hexant, with like the classic devil's head on it.
Nice.
Another severed finger.
These lot didn't have a clue. I say that in character. Like, whatever they've done it by sheer luck. Because none of this is worth anything to any god. And you should know this as well, Claire. Like, looking at this is not...
Yeah,
from what you can see, there's no power in these items at all.
These poor children put through so much just for this nonsense.
This is a show and tell room of not much show.
He is the ancient. He is the land. You just
I
hear
say
it
we get rid of
echoing.
these fake little practices.
So, coming out of here to the south, you have two separate ways. One, the eastmost, as you look down it, you get the smell of stagnant water kind of hits you as you kind of poke your head down that side, and the other one goes down into a corridor that swiftly turns to the right.
To the right when you're looking down it?
Yeah.
This one that has the stagnant smell, where does that go? When you're looking down?
It looks, as it goes down, you can't see that far. You can see the water, and it looks to go into a very small corridor, but then opens up almost straight away. But you can't see that far in it just because you're looking down. And you can definitely see water down there.
What, like deep water or like surface water? Oh, like a couple of inches.
Yeah.
Let's try the right first and then go see it, because the water probably leads from the well.
We want to go through the water?
No, we'll go through the other one first.
Okay. So it goes forwards, you take this right, goes forwards maybe 20 feet, and then it goes hard left. As you make your way round, you can see it opens up into a room with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 very small cells in it. Maybe 5 foot by 5 foot.
And here's our dungeon.
Some of them still have people chained up in them.
Alive? Dead?
Dead, long dead. Skeletal remains.
I would like to cast Divine Sense.
You're
to
sensing
detect
evil?
Evil forces, yeah.
Okay, down here. Excuse me, my belly's going crazy.
It has a range of 60 feet.
No, not down here. Not at the moment. As you stop and invoke. Is anyone investigating any of the... Only 3 of them still have prisoners in.
Yeah.
The
I'll go have a
gate's
look.
locked.
Yeah, give me a
I've not looked.
perception. You'd, without too much trouble, see the keys just hanging up
Cool.
outside.
It's not going to go very fast.
She's just.
3.
Oh, how far up are the keys? If they're higher than here, I'm going to struggle.
A little jump, little hop.
Grabs the keys, pats back over, just goes along and unlocks the first one that's closest to the corridor, or whoever's got a person in it.
You open them up.
Yeah, I'm going to have a gander, see what's what. I can re-roll that as a 1. That's more like it. 15.
Nice. Good enough for me. You see one of the characters has just a simple gold band, maybe a wedding ring. You reckon it's worth about 25 gold.
She's going to look at you and just go...
Before you hand it to, I grab it and look inside it. Have any name inside it?
No.
Like inside, and then I hand it back to you.
Yeah. As you look at it, the craftsmanship on it is nice, but it's not phenomenal.
I'm still wearing it.
Yeah, 25 gold.
You just
Yep.
perfect fit.
Exactly.
Red's just picked up, she likes all this stuff, so...
It
And you
goes
rolled
with
a
my eye
15?
patch.
Yeah.
You see, so as you kind of enter, it goes from north to south with all of these cells
Yeah.
off either side. And the 1, 2, 3, third cell down,
Well left.
you can see it's been opened and shut a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And something in there catches your eye as you look at it. And you can see the wall at the back of it looks like it can move.
Ooh.
Is it to the right?
Again?
Or east or west?
Going east.
The sort of pat the feet.
Yeah.
She's just going to feel around. Is it
There's-
quite relatively easy? Is it
Yeah,
sort
you
of
you
easy?
find it without too much trouble. It's
Oh,
not the
good.
best hidden with your 15, which
Yeah,
is
I was
what you
gonna-
needed. Yep, and
Shoulder
you can
open.
feel the door starts to open up. Do you allow it to?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, the door swings open. You find yourself in a 90 by 90 foot square room.
Jesus Christ.
It's a big room. It's a big space.
Are we in the top corner of it?
You have come in from the side, and it reaches up to the way you could come from the north,
Oh,
Jeez.
right.
if that makes sense.
So there's water here.
So we
As
just
you
joined
start
in the
looking
next
round,
room.
you can see down this side and down the other side that you're on like a raised platform.
So there's like a drop.
Yep, it goes down even further.
How high a
about,
drop we talking?
about 15 foot down.
That's a lot for a little person.
90
you
by
can see-
90?
90 by 90.
It's a big old space. You can see if you were, this is a 5 foot gangway around the outside of it. If you were to go to the north of here, there's stairs going down. If you go to the south, there's stairs going down. And then you'd have to go through the water, but then you've got the same going around the other side.
Okay.
In the centre of the room stands a built up in 3 sort of tiers platform carved out of the naturalness of the rock where you are. On top of it is a blood-stained altar.
That's
So
the
you
altar.
could say that's the altar then.
In the middle.
In the
Right
middle.
in the middle. So down, if we were to walk down,
Down
we'd
to
be
the
on the
water.
same
We have
level
to
as
go down
it.
the
Yeah,
stairs.
so you'd sort of go down into the water and then up
Is
onto
the gangway
altar.
all the way around this room, or is it only...
So from north to south here, it kind of covers the whole thing and then immediately
Yeah.
drops down.
Okay,
And then you've got about 30 foot of water and then it goes up the other side and round the other wall.
okay.
So there's stairs going up from the north and the south. You can see in various places, it looks as if the sort of natural, not natural at all, pockets have kind of come into what has been carved here. And then you can see this kind of natural rock formation coming out of it. So it's not perfect walls. There are bits coming out of it. And the biggest one by far is towards the south.
Do we see? Is the chanting come from this room?
Most definitely.
Oh boy.
Do we see the people? Is there anybody in here?
As you step in,
Very quietly.
as soon as your foot touches the gang. He is ancient. He is. It stops dead. Okay, what you say is what you say.
How far can we see?
You can see across the whole room with your light sources as this flame, as it's making awkward shadows around this room.
Is there any torches in this room?
It looks like they can be lit around the room, yes.
Prestidigitation, all those torches light.
Yeah. You. As they all light up. You can see the room better now. As you see the altar with its rusted chains, bloodied, dripping down the stones. Long dried blood here. There's an eerie silence to hear now.
I'm gonna
No
divine
emotion.
sense again. Divine sense.
Yeah.
That wasn't me shouting it. That was just me.
Divine sense.
Divine sense.
As you, how do you do it? Is it like a hand up? Is it a hand out?
It's using the shield as like the focal thing now, and just sort of becoming aware of the space, sort of tuning into a frequency almost. Rather than...
There's definitely evil emitting from the altar. Definitely.
It's nothing specific, like
it. Give me a roll and we'll see how good it is. Because it's a weird one.
8. Yeah.
You're taken back to when you were training, and as you're focusing, you're thinking back to with the priests, love them or hate them, and you'd have your very similar sort of master of the dark arts priest who would come in, who was a bit edgy, and they'd actually bring in, so you can have items which are aligned in certain ways, and they'd bring in items for you to, and it feels more like that than a person.
Okay.
Can I break off a piece of the wood on the gangplank?
You stepping in?
Yeah. And I'm gonna cast light on it, and I'm gonna throw it into the water.
Yeah. It makes a small splash as it connects. From as it sinks down, you would say, what was maybe only about 6 inches deep. It is a little bit kind of rotten water. It's got that not freshwater smell to it at all. As you kind of look down now and you've lit the sort of bottom of this mound in the middle, you can see that some of the blood from the altar has run all the way down into this water for sure.
Reach the altar.
I don't know if I want to go down there. There's no motion or movement anywhere. This does not seem like a good idea.
I just sadly just realised the point here. We're looking for a kid called Walter, and the kid's what are alive. We have a letter there that says it was stillborn.
That's true.
Yeah.
So where is it?
There was another
Do it in character. As Gabriel comes to the realisation.
We're looking for a stillborn child.
Are you sure that is the same child, not a separate one? It never said Walter, and the kid said that their brother was down here.
I didn't realise that was a thing that you hadn't realised.
We were all there.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I think we're looking for.
Everybody
nothing.
here is dead, though. Like,
Yeah.
why are you surprised that
We're
looking for a
here
dead
to
child?
Apart from
lay,
that woman,
to
but
lay
she
the
is now
children to
dead.
rest.
When all these other dead children have sent here down here to
true.
find a dead child.
But we already found.
Wait, no, I've just realised something. The baby's name is Walter. That's an altar.
That's water.
Is this,
Water and an
like,
altar.
Is it just they're bad at naming? And they were like, we already love the altar.
In
So
the
this is the
water.
closest thing we can come up with for a name.
As you talk, the kind of echo down here is quite nice. But you definitely notice the echo.
Water.
What do you do?
He is.
Pardon?
He is. Now listen.
There's nothing.
I'm going to go downstairs.
Eric's going
people.
to use mimic and mimic what he just said. You hear it again. Oh, yeah, hang on. Let's see how Eric mimics. Because I just want to mess around with the cleric one.
I think you get an insight against.
Mimics a simple sound it has heard, such as a person whimpering, a baby crying, or an animal cheering. The creature that hears the sound can tell of its imitation if it's successfully Oh, it's a wisdom check.
Wisdom check?
It's a 10. It's a 10. So you got me 10.
I got a 1.
Crit fail.
A 1.
What the hell was that? I say out loud.
It's that
My
voice in
shield's
your
out,
head.
my weapon's out.
You hear the echo as it. What the hell was that? It comes round this room.
I'm on guard.
That was Eric.
Red's
You
eyes are
bloody
just
crow.
twitching.
Raven. Yeah. I think the best bit, if we need to go any further, is going to have someone's going to go look at that altar.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
I
off.
volunteer Eric.
I've already gone. I'm down.
Also
You're
volunteer.
making your way around?
Yeah.
Has everyone entered?
Yeah.
Yeah. You what?
So as you...
Volunteer Eric. Go.
Which way are you going, north or south?
I'm going to go south down those steps.
I could just let Eric, command Eric to fly over there.
Yeah,
and I
I've
can
gone.
see through his eyes.
Yep,
Okay.
you start making your way around.
You're gone already?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as you said someone should look at
In
the
the
altar,
water?
gone down the south. Yeah.
In the
Down that
water.
way.
As you come to the south, you can see the largest of these kind of natural holes seems to have just a load of crap in it, a load of rubbish. Excuse me. Like just some rotten logs and some other bits and crap in there as well. From broken pillars or maybe whatever, just naturally seems to have been pushed in here.
They're in the water.
Yeah, slightly. And that's about it. You start making your way across the water, so it's about ankle deep. It's eerily not cold. It's kind of maybe sort of not quite bath temperature, but kind of warm. You're not sure which is worse.
Like lukewarm.
Yeah. As you sort of slush across it, as you do, it's kind of like walking across.
I'm going to pay attention to how the water moves when you walk through it. I'm not actually going to go into the water.
You're staying on the side?
Stay on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to pay attention to. See if there's any, see if the water actually naturally shifts anywhere. If it wants to look like, if it laps up.
It doesn't seem to have a current going through it from what you can see.
Actually wades through it though, the ripples go normally.
The ripples, as you're all kind of focused and looking down at this water, you can see it is cloudy, definitely. And as you kind of walk past it, the sort of sediment does get kicked up as you try not to think about what you're actually walking through. Occasionally, as you step, you hear the sort of snap of bone as it breaks beneath your heel.
Gross.
As you continue stepping across. For half a second, Gabriel, as you're looking, you think you see a shadow, but no. Just shake your head for a second, and it just seems to be the way the water is with these flickering torchlights in here. You make your way to this kind of central dais. Sort of 3 large steps stepping up to the central platform, which is maybe 10 foot across, with then this altar, rusty chains you can see. You step up?
Yeah.
As soon as you step out of the water, the air temperature feels very cold. None of you are making any noise, none of you are making any sound, and it's very noticeable now. You can feel and hear your own heartbeat in your ears. Unless anyone's making any noise, you can hear maybe the slosh of someone else walking across the water. But it is eerily silent since you've been this constant background noise for the last 3 hours. Maybe you've been down here. You've heard this kind of murmuring as you came down. Then you heard what the chant was, and you were, what is that? So you go to the second step.
Yes. I'm going to be looking outwards.
Yeah. Who's in the water?
I'm on edge.
Where is everyone?
Right at the. Red will be like right at the edge of the first step.
I came from down here, so I've gone like that.
I assume we've all followed. I followed.
I'm going to stay on the high ground.
So you're going to be up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand right on the steps just before it goes into the water.
Just so I can.
North or south side?
View.
Wherever.
North.
South side.
Yeah.
Constance?
I don't think I would have crossed.
You staying?
Yeah.
I'm sort
She
of
stays.
midway in the water, so right between the steps and the altar.
The wolf is not happy being in the water.
Push him backwards.
He'll go on to the first step of the altar.
Push him back. Oh, no.
The other way.
Other way there.
Push him back the other way, towards the platform, where the platform starts.
Okay.
It's hard to do
I'm gonna leave this
in-character
out.
talking.
Sorry. You step up the last onto the top.
Mm-hmm.
This one's slightly bigger than the others. As you look out for a second now, you can see in front of you this large altar. Dried blood congealed on it. The smell, even though it's long dried, still, as you step up, you kind of imagine like stepping on dried paint.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that kind of, as you leave a footprint in it, and then some of the water dripping off you, you can instantly kind of smell this fresher blood as the water that was on your boots starts to mingle with this what was dried out blood. It's anciently dried out blood of people who have been sacrificed to appease Strahd. You can see the altar now. Sacrificial knife there. Overly ceremonial. This large, stupidly curved thing. You may or may not know what sacrificial knives look like. That's up to you to decide.
Probably have some idea.
But this is not the way to do it. This is... I have to dramatise it. Yeah. This is... Look at the altar itself. It's maybe 7 feet long by 3 foot wide. Chains at the top and bottom. As you stop for a second and look out, you can see standing up on the platform near where you came in, Constance standing there, looking strong, out over it, but hasn't for some reason come down.
I wonder why.
You can see Jakul standing near the edge of the stairs coming down into the water. You didn't go in, did you? You can see Red in the water, but has pushed this large wolf back onto the platform, going back up. You can see Gabriel overlooking as well, eyes out. It's just an altar. You look for a second. As all of the torches you've light drip out.
Good thing I got
you hear as you hear sound from the north, the door behind you slams shut. One must die! 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 Repeats and repeats. As your howl immediately jumps into the water in front of you, ears flat against his hound, teeth come out. You see where the torches were lit. 2, 3, 4 figures, blacked robes, blacked faces come out. You can hear this is now where they're coming from, this voice. One must die! One must die! One must die!
Right. Well,
What do you say? What do you do?
Where are they coming from?
So there are around the room 1, 2, 3, 4 down the side where you are. They're kind of ghostly apparitions, and 4 down the other side.
Can I cast? Oh my god, I can never say that word.
Prestidigitation?
Can I basically light the candles again?
Yeah, you can do one per turn.
Can I light? If I light the torch closest to one of the figures.
Yep, you light it.
Did it look spectral?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
But they're not looking at us, are they?
They're just looking out at the altar mainly.
I'm the star of the show.
Yep, as you stand in the middle, you feel drawn to comply. Give me a will save, please.
Will is
Wisdom. Sorry, I still use old saves. I need to get out of that habit.
Be good. 14.
You feel drawn to comply. You're not compulsed to.
Yeah.
There's watching you.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire to outline things in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should do. If we're like over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should. And they're up here, are they?
And then there's
So
they're all around the edges.
They're right next to us.
Yeah, they sound like right next to you.
Okay, well, I'll light up as many as I can. So, gonna cast Fairy Fire. So, invoking. Let's go a bit primordial this time. A bit primordial. And sort of the light. Is it the right colour or is it still the wrong colour? Because before it's supposed to be purple, but last time I did it, it was all like grey and shimmery.
Is that with Strahd there?
Yeah.
So you're going to invoke it.
Yeah. It's a vocal, but yeah. So primordial sort of mutterings, very primitive magic.
You dig deep. It's, for you, being outside, being in nature, it's easier to invoke it. But you're still able to focus through as you send out this fairy fire, this kind of glitter explosion. But it just goes straight through all of the chanters. Doesn't seem to affect them
So
at
they're
all.
not creatures. Great.
They're not going to be.
The torches that they're holding, are they the ones that were on the wall, or are they just phantasmal as well?
As you look at them, and you look up towards their torches, they've not actually taken them off the wall. The way they stand round, they're holding them on their brackets. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
One must die. One must die.
I will jump towards the closest one and try and swing through it and try and hit the torch on the bracket. Break the bracket.
Yep, it falls out of the creature's, whatever it is, its hand, but it still continues and just stands there chanting.
Okay. As if nothing happened, still holding the air. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone can give me a religion or insight.
Let's go religion. 18 on religion.
13.
9.
17.
13 on insight.
8 on religion.
17 on insight.
Yeah, I'm not great as a paladin. Religion. Failed that class.
You're the best religious paladin ever. As you stand here, and you can see how many people have been sacrificed, and you're sure that these people had no idea what they're doing, and you think back to Elizabeth, if it was Elizabeth, but you think it was, her power and where that came from. You've heard stories of places like this. There's power in blood. Enough people have been sacrificed here that, from what you've seen, maybe there's something to it. Maybe now, through tradition, through how many people have been killed on this altar, And you think to the time you spent outside with the children, yet when you spoke to them, they had no memory of seeing you outside. You've heard of shrines, maybe, that can lure people in. Shrines that when you enter them, you feel safe and you feel secure, but also the opposite. And although maybe the Durst family didn't know what they were doing at all, but through how much blood has been spent here, how many lives have ended on this altar, maybe there is power to it after all. Maybe it will be appeased if someone does die here.
How sharp is this ritual blade? Like, it could...
Oh yeah, definitely. This will end someone quite quick. And the more you think about it, the more you're sure you're right. And you come to the same conclusion. You've heard of shrines, good and evil, that as the tradition, it becomes true. Every time someone has stepped onto this altar, a life has been paid to this altar, to this house.
Should have kept Elizabeth alive.
And what did you get on yours?
13.
With your 13, you would know that you've put together the fact that it knew when she got up there, so maybe it will know if someone dies. As you hear it continuing and continuing, one must die. One must die.
The door that we came through is now closed.
It is indeed shut. And you look to the north, and there's a full portcullis, which is coming down.
Can I try and smash through the door that we came through?
You're going to try and shoulder it?
Yeah.
You give it a good whack. Give me a strength, please. Or no, athletics.
Athletics. I think it's a fail.
You might not have it.
7?
No, it doesn't budge. When you saw how you came from the door, it would take something serious to knock it that way.
Can I get the knife and just like...
As you touch it,
oh no.
Can I have a will save?
No. Oh god.
3.
Someone needs to die.
Question.
Yes.
How big is the altar?
10 by 3?
7 by 3 foot. Yeah, you're sure that if you sacrifice someone or something, if something alive dies here, it will appease this. Whatever's down here, whatever this is, whether it came after they started sacrificing something, whether they were just unlucky enough to have their house built upon this. If something preyed on their ignorance, if you sacrifice something to it, you are sure you will be safe. And if you don't sacrifice something,
We'll then die.
If the door is open, I'd suggest we get the door.
The portcullis would probably be easy to lift up.
Yep, that's what you say.
How big are the gaps in the portcullis?
See you later, fuckers!
How big is it?
It'd be no, you don't think you could
squeeze.
squeeze through.
Damn.
Maybe if they smashed it open a little bit, you could. That was probably good.
Oh.
Again, it continues to echo around this room.
How close are you to your wolf? Just a random question that I'm asking randomly.
So if you were pushing the wolf
Yeah,
back...
even at that, she's like teeth bared.
Your wolf is relatively intelligent. And let me roll, see if it...
See how intelligent the wolf is.
My eyes have lost.
So it can understand what's being said. And you say...
How much do you love that wolf of yours?
I use thaumaturgy. I manifest a minor wonder and a sign of supernatural power within range.
Yep.
My voice booms up to 3 times louder.
Yep.
I can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, and change colour.
Yep.
I'm basically going to go full on Gandalf.
From reading that spell, it's very similar to kind of what's going on now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to go full on Gandalf
Yeah.
and basically. Oh, what am I saying now? Bear witness to my power.
Yep.
No one needs to die. Your Dreadlord and Master, Strand von Svorvik, demands it. That's how it's done, isn't
Roll bluff.
Roll for dyslexia.
it? Sorry. But yeah.
No, sorry, that can be. So those who have seen Strahd, this is a poor imitation.
Is it the fact that he doesn't know his own name?
Here I stand.
It
Strand.
echoes amongst the room. They just continue. Their chanting just continues.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to attack one of them?
Yep, you
Yeah.
just go straight through. Shimmers.
No.
No give,
Nothing.
no nothing. Just goes straight through. You get the image in your head. You had it earlier. The image of hunting. The image of being free outside. The image of chasing, the thrill of it, the smell. It's like you're there for a second. But this time, it's not both of you.
Oh my God. I knew this was going to fucking happen. Oh no.
It's just you.
Jackal and
There's, she visibly she's been knocked back.
As you do,
with me.
the wolf tries to pad forwards.
No.
Do you shock him?
Yeah, just grabs,
You grab
grabs him by the
He
scruff.
takes another step.
No.
He takes
Jackal.
another.
Constance with me. We're going to run over to the podcast and try and lift it.
Okay.
All 3 of us.
Okay.
You ready, pretty boy?
Yep.
Yeah.
My strength ain't that good.
You get the image of finding new. This flash up of other people running with you in the wild. Of
Eric,
Gabriel running with you.
That's not good.
Oh.
I thought that, Eric.
Terrible.
Hessia running with you outside, hunting, the thrill of it, the taste of it, of you showing them how to do it. As he tries to take another step in the water.
I'm getting my crossbow out and aiming for the wolf.
She looks at you dead in the eye and snarls at you and has the spear there.
Can we try and lift this portcullis?
Yep.
Before I shoot the
You
wolf.
can fit 2 of you at it comfortably.
Well, I'm
2 of us then.
My health is my strength is shocking.
Okay.
Just pure strength or athletics.
You can. Would you be able to assist? Probably not. Athletics, please.
Okay. 15.
Nice.
17.
It's you take the load of it. It's heavy. It's rusted cast iron, but it moves. As you guys lift it, you've not got it above the water level yet, but you are able to get the bottom of it out of the ground as both of you, shoulders against it. You probably can't help but look over at Jackal, and he's impressively strong.
I am a beautiful dragon.
Can you imagine just like the water glistening off the scales?
No,
Yeah.
we're canonically played by Terry Crews and Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Yeah.
in a wimple.
I love it.
Can I see what's going on between these 2?
As you look over, you see the red sort of grabbing onto this wolf as it's got its head low. You've seen it on animals before, its ears flapped, as it's trying to walk forwards, as this little halfling is kind of grabbing onto it, trying to yank it back. It's comfortably strong enough.
Yeah, I'm only little.
Yeah. You also look up onto the altar and see Hesia has drawn her crossbow.
Yeah.
And is pointing it down. It's hard to tell in this light who she is pointing the crossbow at.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's pointing it at
One of them.
their direction.
I am going to command Eric to help. Basically, to go over to where Hesia is and basically distract her.
Yep.
So
you can do it psychically?
Yeah, I just command him.
Yep. So you don't hear anything?
Nope.
But flapping over towards you, this bird is kind of flapping around your face a little bit. It would make... Should she get a save against it?
No, it's just for help.
Just a distraction.
It's just a distraction.
Okay.
So
you'd have to attack the bird to get rid of it, basically. It's annoying. It's in your way. Again, you get the message in your head of... it's someone you've not seen in a while. It's been a long time since you've seen them. You get the sort of the sensation of the howl they used to make, and it brings memories flooding back. It's who used to be your alpha before it was this. You weren't with them for long. And then you get the memory of them hunting, and you can see it, and you can see all of them slowing down for this one wolf and failing to catch its prey. And all of them refusing to leave this wolf side. It's a big, proud, but old wolf. You can see the others hunting but sharing in their prize with this one. You can see again another that they have to slow down for him. They miss another hunt. It's these big, you really see, not before, he's always been so big and so strong. As he looks round towards you, these big eyes. You can see the grey, the old scars in his face. The one he got fighting a bear, protecting you. So he kind of looks round to you with these big, sad, dog-like eyes. And then he looks back up towards the altar. One must die. Those doing strength rolls, give me another strength roll, please.
14.
17.
You're taking the strain. You've got it maybe quarter of the way up. But there was a moment where your feet almost give way, and it does drop down very, very quickly. As you're getting it up. It's kind of where you've got it now, you've kind of stepped in and lifted it, and you've got your shoulder not into it, but if you're with me, so if you were deadlifting it, it's at your knees now. So you know the next push, if it goes badly, it's right to the floor again. You're at the jerk. You're at the try. So it's a teamwork effort to try and lift it up. What do you do?
She's still maintaining the grip, but she's not resisting as much. She's walking over with him.
Yep.
Still watching her. What's the crossbow made out of?
It's not a silver one, just a...
No, but is it wood or has it got metal on it?
It's a light crossbow, I don't know.
Yeah, so it would be like a wooden butt to it.
What have you got on you that's
and
metal?
Maybe like a metal, definitely a metal trigger.
Heat metal on that.
I've also got like loads of
heat metal on the stuff. That's a 16.
So there is, what are you doing heat metal on? What are you holding? As you look up?
So I've got the crossbow, I've got that gold ring that I've put on.
You've got a crossbow in one hand or both hands?
It would be in both. She's only little.
So the butt is wood, but the sort of front mechanics, where the bit you're holding on to would be all metal.
Heating that.
Yep.
To as hot as I can get it.
So how does that work?
I've got, she pulls out, what have I got? It's some iron tongs attached to a belt. And she produces the flame herself and just holds it and just maintains eye contact with with the piece of metal, and she just keeps walking next to the wolf, but she's watching and getting. Then the tongs themselves are going to start to glow red. Her hands burning as well, but she's just.
And
it's
so
vicious.
she takes damage if you hold on to it?
So, any creature with physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage.
Straight away or after?
No, it's when you cast a spell.
So you can let go of it?
2d8 initially. Can I have another d8, please?
Is there a save against it? Or
nope.
Getting hot.
5, 6, 7.
7 fire damage.
Where you've kind of...
You got resistance to fire damage.
Have I? Have tieflings got fire resistance?
For tiefling, I can't remember.
I previously played tieflings that do.
Wouldn't it depend on which plane
Which
you're
kind
from?
of tiefling?
Yeah.
I've got dark vision.
Infernal Legacy.
I'm not sure, sorry.
Thaumaturgy, charisma. Oh yes, you have resistance to fire. I do have resistance to fire damage.
So you take half damage.
So you take half damage. How much was it?
It's 7.
So it's 3 damage.
3 damage.
But it's gone hot.
Highly uncomfortable to keep your fingers where they currently are. So you've got the sort of wooden butt, and then where you've got the trigger mechanic is red hot right now, or heating up to be red hot. And the front where the hand is, so like the mechanics of it is going to be metal as well. And that
Wouldn't that make the wood catch fire?
It's going to singe it for sure. This is going to be like a seasoned.
I would try to get a shot off before.
Okay, yeah, you got
disadvantage. Yeah.
Who are you shooting at?
At the wolf.
Okay, give me.
That's a disadvantage. Yeah. So 12. Where's my
The wolf's AC is 13.
Yeah, it's quite tough.
Isn't
What
the
did you
Raven
get?
distracting as well?
12.
That's why she got
12?
disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, plus attack bonus, so it'd be 15.
15 in total. So
Yeah.
what did you roll? A 12?
12, yeah.
Okay. The crossbow, give me some damage.
Crossbow is 1d8. Plus 1. Crit!
You hear in the dark and low light, you feel the sort of stagger as he takes 1-2 steps and pushes against you for a second. You brace his weight. He doesn't let out a howl. He was never one to let out a howl when he gets hit. He kind of takes it, but he does show his teeth.
Wild
As he
shape.
does, yeah.
Yeah, immediately.
As he shows his teeth,
Yeah.
you can see the couple that he's lost in fights gone by. Yep. What are you turn into? Another wolf.
Another wolf. But it sort of almost rips out of her.
Nice.
It's it's visceral. It's not pretty. It's not. It's wild.
God.
Yeah, it's proper this almost rips out of her face.
You can appreciate the size of him now. He's a big, strong, powerful wolf. But you can see the colour difference between you and him now. The number of scars in his hide. As he kind of looks to you, this unspoken language that the two of you have had for probably most of your life. As he looks up and gives you the vision of both of you mauling what is atop the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Guys with the portcullis! Give me a strength check. I think this might be quite an important roll. This is... Okay, so you're going to have to roleplay, and I might give you advantage or bonus to it. You've got 6 or so seconds.
All right.
3, 2, 1. You're both going to go at the same time. Go roleplay, please.
All right.
Okay, I heave it up.
3, 2, 1. 20.
Ooh!
15.
Not natural, yeah.
And that 20.
No,
It wasn't that 20.
Total.
Total, yeah.
And a...
15.
So Constance,
A bit behind.
just with a little 3, 2, 1, as you... Woof, your feet are going for a second, but between you, you've got it to halfway. Someone can get under here now. without fear of this dropping. You've got it to like resting on your shoulder. It is heavy, but you can brace it with two of you.
I will shout out as loud as I can. We got a way out!
You're going to get an image of two wolves jumping on Hessia and ripping her throat out.
Can we see them from here?
Oh, yeah, there.
Can we turn around and look at them? Shit.
One is bloodied.
Am I still under the effects of that failed will save? Am I still like...
Oh, no, give me a save against it now, please.
That kind of was like on an angle. Let me do it on again. It didn't flat.
That's definitely a good thing you rerolled that.
Well, it was like on an angle between two.
It was either like 1 or
It was
like
1 or 7.
17.
1 or 7.
18.
Nice.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. As you're going up, do you shake it off? How do you... Is it a little...
So have the wolves literally...
No, there you've seen...
we're in front of you, so we're like here.
They're
So
coming...
it would have been, in that case, it would have been like the shock of the pain from the burning
Yes,
crossbow would have
perfect.
been like, what am I doing, sort of.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you... Do you physically kind of shake it off?
Like shake it off, yeah.
Drop the crossbow or not?
Drop it.
Yeah. You would see the crossbow collapse to the floor. There's a little shake of the head. Looks around for a second as you hear Jakul's voice. Say it again.
We think we got a way out!
But you look down and there's two fucking angry wolves. You're aware you've got a way out, but you have in the back of your head something bad is going to happen if something is not killed on this altar. Should we do initiative?
Is that all of us?
Yeah, everyone give me initiative, please.
Okay.
7.
I'll do you and your wolf at the same time.
2.
Yeah.
I am very slow to react here. I've got a big heavy foot horse on.
Oh wait.
Crit.
Take care of everything.
And for Eric, a 15.
Nice.
16.
I just do him at the same time.
15.
16.
16. So 20s
Me.
is Gabriel. Anyone 15 to 20?
16.
16.
Sorry, excuse me, what was that?
16.
We're both 16.
Hess. Constance.
I'm actually on board with
Then I think
initiative
it's
for once.
me, then Jakul.
It's on much better since these new dice came in.
Gabriel, you're the quickest to react. Falling onto your training. You look up to the altar. You've seen people shake spells off before.
Yeah.
As you look at Hessia, you're pretty sure that that is just what's happened. You weren't aware that she had a spell on her,
No.
but seeing the instant drop and then the eyes go wide and the shake of the head.
Right, so my turn. I'm going to use a cantrip, Zeromatry again, the one that allows me to make my voice 3 times louder.
Yep.
And basically repeat what Jakul said. We've got a way out. Stop this pettiness and let's leave.
Yep, that's what you hit. What else you do? Anything?
And Eric is going to basically kind of park himself. Like he's literally going to land and just look the big wolf in the eyes.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? The bigger or the wolf?
The bigger one.
Okay.
Basically like...
Raven tries to get in the way.
Can that be my way?
Hessia, Constance, you two are the same time, please.
I'm
Go ahead.
going to grab the ritual knife and leg it for that portcullis.
You jump off.
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics or an athletics. Are you going for distance or precision?
Distance.
Okay, acrobatics is you just launch yourself
Yeah.
into the water.
16.
You full on just leap, not really caring, hell for leather, and in the fall you take 1 point of damage as something sharp pierces your foot, some bone down there as it snaps, but only sort of scrapes it.
Oh.
The second you leave it,
I'm standing holding this portcullis.
Yeah.
There's not much else I can do.
At the moment, if you're not doing anything else, you two can brace it.
Yeah.
If there's just one of you think it's going to be a real challenge.
Yeah.
As you look over, you're aware that there's going to be a point where one of you has to go through.
That's all right.
So no one can get past you at the moment. It's not rocket science to realise that one of you is going to have to go through and one of you is going to have to brace this while everyone ducks underneath.
Have a strength off.
Red.
Mm-hmm.
The hairs on the back of your neck go up. Not with rage or anger, but the stench of death fills your lungs. Long time dead. You immediately turn your head round. In the big end cave to the south, what you thought was just refuge. You look round and it seems to move. As now, instead of one must die, the chants change. Becomes something else. Bear with me.
Tell you what, guys, my pulse is going crazy.
I've lost the crossbow.
What words are they? I don't know.
You've got a lovely ritual knife with you now, you're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, the over-dramatic one that needs to be cursed.
You ready? I've not written it down, sorry. Let's make it up on the fly. It's just one voice. A deep, deep voice. Arise, Lograf. Arise, demon of old. Arise, Lograf. Arise, demon of old. As you turn round and you see the refuge pushes itself up as the logs start to fall into place, as something pushes its head up out of it. Long, jagged teeth. Its mouth gapes open as it lets out a guttural scream. Ah! And takes 2 steps forwards. From what you've seen, the shoulder of this thing, it could easily swipe whatever was stood on top of the altar. It is your turn. What do you do?
Get the fuck away from the altar.
Yep.
Yeah. Getting the
Jump
fuck away.
Over the top of it.
Yeah.
Go round or through?
What, the monster?
So the monsters come from the south.
So the monster's over here, we're over here.
Yeah.
Heading.
There's a stair
Heading.
here and there's a stair like over here.
Just, going towards that portcullis then.
Yep. You can make it there pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're in wolf, so I think your movement is like 40 or 50.
Something like that.
You're fast. The older wolf puts himself between whatever the fuck that was and you, and tries to push you forwards. You'd make it pretty much to but you can't go through it this turn.
Yeah.
And you're stuck this side of it. Jackal, what do you do?
Jesus.
Who's that?
This thing is old.
Yeah.
This thing is powerful. And this thing is scary.
Does it have eyes?
As they kind of roll round, you see 1, 2, 3, one on its shoulder as it blinks and looks out towards you.
If I cast a spell that's just voice, could I continue holding the portcullis?
Yeah.
Okay, I will cast blindness on it.
Blindness?
Instantly, yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So what's the save, please?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
What's the DC?
Sorry. Is it my spellcasting ability? Or
No, spell DC.
Spell save DC?
Yeah.
12?
Okay. As you invoke it, you make eye contact with it, you look at it, and it looks at you. There's this large eye built into its kind of neck and shoulder. We're talking this kind of size and smaller ones on whatever its head is with this large sort of gaping mouth. As it starts to cloud over white, gets almost to the top as it blinks a couple, and then looks round for a second, and blinks one last time, but it then fades, and then its eyes fix onto you. Shit. Gabriel.
I'm going to cast
In the back of your head, you thought she was screaming earlier in fear. Now it is pure terror, as this voice is just completely lost for words. It is mad ramblings of a child that you have just forced to look into the eyes of a demon is now terrified beyond words in your head as she screams in panic and horror at what you have just looked upon.
Do I need to make some sort of concentration check to hold this thing up?
No, you're okay at the moment, but
Okay.
you are filled. I'll let you roleplay that how you like. You are filled with that same terror. She's not forcing you to do anything yet, but this, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and keep my head down and just focus on my hands, holding this podcast.
As you look round, Constance, you're well aware that if you are planning to fight this, you're going to have to drop this portcullis, and you'll be trapped in here with whatever the fuck that is.
I'm going to tell Eric to help. Eric's going to basically distract it. I'm then going to place Hex onto the thing as a bonus action.
You invoke your spell.
So and then I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon.
Which is?
A scythe, because it's from the Raven Queen. And I can basically, I can range it 60 foot in front of me. You create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for a duration or until you cast it again. It lasts for a minute. And it can make a attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. So it's a normal attack with my spell attack bonus onto it.
Okay, so you invoke it.
I invoke it, and it is 1d8.
You're going to attack it?
I'm going to attack it.
So you go running towards it?
No, the spirit it's a floating weapon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a range attack.
Oh, cool. Sorry. Yes,
basically,
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
The scythe just appears beside it, and I make it swing for it.
Sorry, that was completely my fault. Yeah, you.
With Eric flying around its head.
With Eric flying around its head, so I get advantage.
You have to look quite so smug.
That is a crit. I'm not. I like these dice.
You can look smug now.
Dom, we're sending the dice back to you. We thank you for.
How does a crit work?
So it's double the dice, but not double the bonus.
Okay, so it is 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. So, that's only a 1.
So 2.
1.
You can roll it twice if you want, if you prefer.
Yeah. So 10 points of damage in total.
Nice.
And it gets 1d6 worth of necrotic damage from my ex. Do I roll that twice?
Yeah.
Plus another 4. So another 8 points of damage. So nice. 18 points of damage.
It doesn't seem to have even made a dent in it.
Great.
No, I thought not, but I'm just trying to slow it down.
It doesn't seem to slow it down.
Fair. We need to move.
So on its first turn, it spent most of that round getting out of the ground. Hess and Constance.
How?
You'll be nearly at the door.
Yeah.
Constance, you're both at the same
Holding
time.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Your brace.
Mm-hmm.
Debating whether or not to go through. I'm going under the portcullis.
You're gonna try and sneak through them.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you can't get through them.
It'll be tricky. They'd have to. So what's going to happen? You'd have to kind of push them a little bit, and then they'd have to make a roll to hold it.
No, I wouldn't do that. I
just to let you know the mechanics of how I'm planning to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
If
yeah. No, she wouldn't shove people out the way to go through.
Really? What's happened to
Shoot
the Hessia
someone's
right
dad.
now?
Kill a wolf. Her dad.
I'm gonna mind spike it.
Yep, you invoke your magic. So I just get a straight save against that, isn't it?
So choose the creature. Target must pass a wisdom saving throw.
You think you get it? Yep.
Oh, it has disadvantage to dexterity from my hex.
So roll to attack, and if I do that,
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, this hurts like a pain in the ass, doesn't it? So I don't think you need to roll to hit. I think it's just a straight save. Yeah.
Oh,
you
okay.
invoke the spell through your focus. Do you use a focus? How do you cast this spell? Is it just through your blood? Give me a d20 first to see if anything goes crazy.
Can you make me do? Why not?
And is it? Yeah, so d20 to start with, isn't it? Just for your wild magic. Is it a 20 or 1?
Yes, yeah, because if I get a 1, then the wild magic happens.
Yeah, sorry.
18.
No, you're okay. So as you invoke it with a swirl, focus on its head.
Yes.
It definitely seems to have a consciousness and a mind. Give me some damage, please.
So it's 3d8. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3.
How much
6 damage. 6.
Nice. It's as you focus, it doesn't even acknowledge the blow. There's nothing happens.
Great.
It moves towards you with strength and purpose. It just completely ignores your weapon flying around. Eric is there.
Yeah.
What is the AC of Eric, please?
Flick him out of the air.
That's
Poor
fine
Eric.
with me. Their armor class is 12
Oh.
for a raven.
That's better than me.
They got high things. They're dexterity.
The raven is tougher than I am.
It's only one.
Dodgy.
I'm only one more than
12?
12.
As Eric buzzes through the face. Just engulfs it.
Okay.
Serious question.
Yep.
Eric is still alive. Do you look through his eyes?
Oh my god.
You can choose on your turn. Red.
Does this thing have a consciousness?
Shit, I want to
Like one that could be
then I get
communicated with?
advantage all the time.
Yes. As you reach out, you try and put an image in its mind.
An image of somebody dying. So on the altar, and the question of, will that appease?
Okay. How do you put appease across?
So appease, the image of it going back into the water.
Okay.
And leaving us if something dies at the altar.
You don't get a response.
Okay.
But you think it listened. You think you managed to put the image across. Jakul. You look behind you. There's almost a traffic jam of people arrived.
I
at
have a
this portcullis.
screaming child in my head as well.
You do indeed.
Yeah, I'm just.
Run!
I'm keeping my head down.
Run!
Keeping my head down.
Run! Repeated, just pure terror.
I'm just keeping my head down, just focusing on my grip, and I'm just muttering to her, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Doesn't seem to be having any effect.
That's all I can do. I'm just completely distracted by this. I can't do anything else.
So you just stand and hold it?
I'm just focusing on my grip and trying to ignore her screams and just kind of just calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. That's all.
Give me a roll. You never know.
Yeah. I'm trying to persuade her. No.
No.
What did you roll?
11.
It's hard to tell if it doesn't make things worse, perhaps. Like when you tell a small child having a tantrum, but definitely not listening.
Yeah.
Gabriel, your choice. What do you do, sir? Eric is within the creature.
Eric isn't dead.
Not yet.
In south.
What can Eric do?
You can choose to look through his eyes.
Why would
I'm
I
sure that
want
won't end badly
Why
or
would I
send
wanna-
you insane.
Why would I want to do that?
You could make him rip at the creature's insides.
Take him from the inside. Really bad
Peck
indigestion.
isn't that Peck isn't that powerful though.
It's going to peck from the inside.
Can you cast spells through him or no?
That's what I was wondering. That's what I'm going to go check at the.
Because he's a familiar, so sometimes.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Hessia, Constance, what are you going for? You could try and lift it higher if you wanted to. You've got it at a comfortable height.
If we
sort
lift
of
it
on
higher,
the
what
shoulder.
would happen? It would be just easier. We'd be out of the way a bit more.
Would we be
so
able
people
to-
could get past us?
Maybe.
Yeah. Because we're currently
Yeah.
that. So if we
Formation,
can't
Yeah,
lift,
exactly.
we'd step to the side.
It
worth
will,
a go.
it will kill the arms.
Yeah.
You're going to try and lift?
I think. Would it be a good
Roleplay,
idea?
what are you doing? In character, please. You've got it braced, so it's not. You can probably hold it like this for about a minute before I'm going to start making you roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the way.
Come down.
It's fine.
So anyone who's close can also hear and join this conversation.
Either one of us is going to hold it for the others to come through, or we need to make some more space. And currently our heads are on the wrong side.
Lift it, come down. You go through. Lift it, come down. Come down. Lift it.
Is that a yes?
Lift it.
Lift it?
Lift it.
All right. 3, 2...
You got disadvantage on the roll, Matt.
Disadvantage, okay.
Yep.
You don't.
If anyone has got inspiration points, not that I'm telling you. Yeah. So you can burn your inspiration to lose.
To lose the disadvantage.
Or you can burn to have advantage.
Can I roll them and then burn it?
Yeah, you've got to choose before.
It's fair. It's better to remove it now than it.
Yeah. I spent my inspiration, if you remember, trying to get a horse back. Because I was encouraged by the DM to use my inspiration.
You could use it now.
You can always trust the DM.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Sadly, I don't have
burn
a
my inspiration. Yeah, I'm burning my inspiration.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. 15.
2, 5, and 6 altogether.
So 15 and 5. Well, did you get a 6? You needed one success between two of you, so it goes high. Mm-hmm. But you are taking nearly all of the weight now. So, but it is up. You could probably squeeze people through with both of you holding it like this, and both of you can now roll.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's heavy here. You wouldn't want to hold it here for long. This is going to knacker you out.
Okay. Get through.
Give me a will save now, please.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom. 7, 6, 14. No, sorry, 13.
13 or 14, it's quite important.
13.
You run through.
I run through.
You run through.
Oh.
You see the way he's moving changes. It's not this practiced swagger, this, not arrogance to it, but kind of like poise to just pure terrified. Scrambling on all fours as he leaves you stood holding the portcullis above your head by yourself.
Come on! I can't hold it for long!
There's a space I'm going through.
My turn. Oh, no, sorry, Gabriel.
I am going to step back through the portcullis. Then I'm going to look through the Raven's Eye.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of jump through.
I want to see if there's a weak point inside.
Yeah, makes sense.
As you look through, you've seen it before. The sort of dyingness of poor Eric. You're reminded of the time you made it charge a werewolf, and it got swatted.
That's fine.
As you look through, as it kind of goes through the refuge of it and goes deeper into this, and just before it goes dark, it's going dim, as you have a sensation of what it might be like to die. As you look through his eyes, you see just a hand of an infant as it goes black.
Fucking knew it!
She it is the baby.
Is it the baby?
It's the water altar.
Right.
As it starts now seeing you starting to escape, as its hands come forwards, it's in this kind of all fours, as it moves another 20, 30 feet across. So it will be from how far it's moved, all you'll be able to tell, it will be at the portcullis next turn.
I have a bonus action.
Yep.
My spiritual weapon's going to hit again.
Oh, yeah, give me an attack. Yeah, sorry.
No, it misses.
As you're just taken back from this image that you've just seen and seeing Eric die for you again.
Cool, I get advantage now.
Reroll it.
16.
Yeah, that's a hit. It's not overly hard to hit.
1d8 plus 5. I do 10 points of damage.
Nice.
And 1d6 worth of necrotic So another 1 point of damage, so 11 points of damage.
11, okay. You're chopping into it, and bits of it are breaking off of whatever this monstrosity is, but it is still coming towards you, and it is big and powerful.
5 step back.
Red.
You can make it through the portcullis.
Can make it through, but is gonna show the image of that thing getting up there, getting out, and how that's a bad thing because it's gonna get out. Just as an FYI.
Oh, portcullis will hold it.
How do you put that image across?
So that the creature being outside, getting its way out.
You can maybe show that to, because it's one person at a time, maybe like 3 people.
Yeah.
Quite quickly.
So just like probably 1, 2, 3. So the closest ones.
Out.
Yeah.
I'm scrambling.
Oh yeah, so the closest one's probably you 3 then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But can we just go outside, please, and fight it
Yeah,
outside?
fine. Slipping under the portcullis.
Dad's ready.
Yeah. He's probably limping.
From where you
Can't
were,
even say water, can I?
so you
Until it's my turn.
you slipped through, but didn't make it that far.
No.
We
you
were
could-
sort
you
of-
were close-ish.
Yeah.
So
Wolf one.
yeah, you'd both be able to make it. Give me, as they run past, just give me a strength check.
8.
It's down at your shoulder.
Okay.
If it fails again, it's to the floor.
What side are you on?
The monster side.
Yeah, this side.
Right, okay.
The monster side or?
Monster side.
Right.
Yeah, your arms give way as they go past, just the smallest of nudges, and you've got it just resting. It just.
Who's still in the room?
No one apart from
Can't
you.
only
It's
you.
Fuck. So you. I'll try and protect it.
And the alpha pushes you out and gets you away and isn't stopping for anything, just keeps behind you. Jackal, give me a spell save, please.
Spell save.
Yep, wisdom, will save again.
Wisdom.
See if you can regain control.
12.
Nope. You flee.
I'm running.
Keep running.
Up the steps.
Yep. As you start running, even in this condition, the entire building, the entire house now is starting to shake.
Ooh.
I hate this.
You hear echoing, "One must die. One must die." Hessia and Constance.
If I am literally just
both at the same
through
time.
the portcullis,
Yes, you
can
are.
I send a spell in, or would I be too far away?
No, it's about 25 foot away at the moment.
So it's like
Yeah.
Do it the most. Yeah.
It is your
side.
side of the centre, splashing
fine.
this dirty, bloody, horrid water.
So from the safe side, I'm gonna try and witch bolt it.
Yep. So that's a roll to hit.
D20 for your fail or not. That's your magic, world magic.
Yeah, but I'd have to do that to hit as well. 13 spell attack is 5, so 18.
Yeah, that's a hit. Give me some damage, please.
1d12 lightning damage. Not 12? Yes. 10! 10 points lightning damage.
Nice, yeah.
Plus or no?
No, not for attack, no.
There's again these small sparks between the two of you as you make this link with it. And you see some more bits of this kind of refuge fall off it, but it's still looking pretty fresh in the grand scheme of things. Constance, what are you going for?
Raise it over my head onto the other shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a strength roll.
Come on.
Come on, Constance.
So people who are near you you're still near the portcullis, and you're still near the portcullis. So you get a reaction on your turn.
Okay.
And that can be to do as you get more abilities, there's lots of things that you can do with it. So you can make like reaction attacks, and you can get riposts and stuff like that. But you may be able to, if this goes horrendously wrong, I may give you the option to use a reaction to assist in some way.
Okay.
Okay, take a moment, deep, slow breath. We may well have our first player death.
Come on, shiny dice.
Come on.
13. 14.
14.
14.
What are you trying to do?
Lift it. Get my head under. So my head is inside the
Safe side.
safe side.
Yeah, north.
So potentially all I have to do is drop it.
And roll.
You've got enough strength to get it up. As it comes over your head, your arms, after holding this thing for so long, start to give way. You can see they shake.
Is the portcullis over her head?
It's about halfway.
I grab and pull the paladin out, like inwards towards me.
Yep.
You can help.
You're going to shoot me as well.
In the process, you don't know if she's going to drop it, but you look and you just see it get about halfway, and you see that tremor just go straight from shoulder down the arm. You don't know whether she's got the strength to hold it or not.
Yeah, I'd grab you.
You've got a gut decision. If you pull her, it will definitely drop.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I want to cast Mage Hand to try and
Probably
help
won't have
hold, but it won't be too weak.
Yeah, it's only like 5
Yeah,
pounds
like
or
£5.
something.
£10.
Helping!
That's me all over.
Sorry guys, I'm really helping.
Don't worry,
This is great.
guys!
Oh yeah, this is really helpful.
I'd grab and help. I'd grab
Yeah, both
you.
give me a athletics or straight strength. Because you probably don't have athletics.
I do.
No,
I don't. I don't know why I said
Dex
that.
and charisma.
Bad news.
What did you roll?
2 plus 1, so 3.
No pressure, Gabriel, you might be.
-1. 14.
So 14 in total.
Yeah. You were heavy.
I helped.
So here's what happens. You've got this in the back of your mind. What goes on in the back of your mind?
Sort of remembering being terrible at like religion class as a young paladin, but really excelling in the sort of messing around as a PE class, gym class kind of thing, and being able to lift
A jock.
another young paladin over my head as like a trick, and just wishing it was only as light as, you know, Brother Jeffrey.
Yep. You think back to your training. Okay. You get it halfway. You feel the wobble in your arms, but your muscles are well trained and toned even for your age. So your eyes closed as you're just focusing everything on this. The chanting pushed to the back. But then you just hear this, "One must die." So your eyes open as you look round and you see this creature coming towards you. You feel the wobble go down them worse. Something yanks you to the side. One of them more of a hindrance than a help. As it gently just pulls down on your wrist and your elbow. It just pushes your bicep out of lock as you feel it come tumbling down. As it digs into your shoulder. As you take the full weight on your shoulder. You've not been able to get your weight from underneath it as you look up to see Hesea and Gabriel trying to pull you out, but you've not been able to move your legs through the portcullis. So yes, your head is this side, but the portcullis is collapsed in onto your shoulder, and you take 15 points of damage as this blooded spike digs into your shoulder, and you look over, as then you look, turn your head to look through the portcullis. What's your armor class?
19.
Okay. Shieldless armor class, please. It's just your armor.
18.
Oh no, it'll be your shield side.
Yeah.
Up there. So no, it is your full shielded. Okay. Sorry, bear with me.
Sorry.
It makes one big attack against you as you look round out the corner of your eye. And you manage to bring your shield arm up somehow. It's agony with this thing. As it smashes into your shield arms, it reverberates down the shield, sort of smashes it to the side as another comes in and smashes into you as you feel something impale through your armour. But you only take 7 points of damage. As your armour is strong, well made by your order, deflects, the majority of the blow away. You feel it could have been much worse as it kind of pushes you again into this bar as you sort of weapon hand with nothing in it as you're holding the sort of shield strapped onto your arm. Red, you hear, do you yelp? Do you, these guys, you hear that?
So like, pull up and look back.
Probably a bellow that's like trying to hold it back.
So the portcullis now is about shoulder height for you, so maybe still 6 foot up.
Yeah.
What are you doing to cool back?
One must die. One
Oh, that
must
chanting's
die.
still going, so killing that still stands.
General rummage, or not rummage, this kind of tremor
How far
going through the whole building
I'm guessing
now.
like sort of here.
Yeah.
Right. If I just pelt, could I get back to the altar? If I
A double move, yeah.
full out pelt me and Dad
It would
straight
get an
to the
attack on
altar.
It would get an attack on you.
It's still saying one must die.
So it has, again, so like all things, it has a reaction, you would believe, so it would get one attackable opportunity.
Yeah. I can't really help, I've not got any hands.
What do you go for?
God, do I remember
Everyone's
this?
bottlenecked at the portcullis as well, aren't they?
These guys,
We are hovering there.
I tried to pull her back. No, probably not. There's probably still a gap through.
Could I turn back and cast the spell in one turn?
You'd have to. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay.
As your movement, so you won't be able to move.
Yeah, so I'm sort of here. No. Do I try and run past it? I'm quite nippy.
Yeah. The father wolf feels this hesitation in you, and he turns around.
To which way? Back to the...
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, we're running past. Both of us.
Yep.
Gunning it.
He guns it first.
Yeah. Gunning straight past into the altar.
Gets an attack on him, which hits. Sorry. 2. He's not looking fresh.
Okay, it's fine.
This crossbow bolt bleeding heavily as he tries to run past. It's more just like a casual swipe as it sort of spins him, sliding across. Again, he kind of bears fangs. You can see his own blood dripping down them now. He understood your plan.
Yay, so we're at the altar. Good, cool. And that's our turn done.
Yep. As you bound up these stairs, as soon as you go from this kind of murky, warm water and step up onto the altar steps, it's very wet. The chanting stops once you get on top. Jackal, give me another save, please. Again, just this constant screaming in your head.
Constant screaming or constant screaming?
Yes. Yes.
14.
What did you get?
14.
14. You shake it off.
Shake it off.
Thank God.
You feel not being able to see the monster, not being able to see whatever it was. You're like halfway up the stairs now.
Yeah.
From just running for 2 rounds. You.
Do I remember what happened?
You regain control of your body.
Okay.
You've heard of people being.
So he's just been a passenger.
You were a passenger for all of that. You were not in control. Her just screaming. She was in complete control. You remember trying to argue with her to stay, but she just took complete control of you. You can't remember telling your body to do anything. She completely possessed you.
Okay. Is she still screaming?
Oh yeah. She's terrified. But you got full action.
Okay, I'll book it back towards.
Yep. So you basically spend your entire round running back. It'd be double movement, and you're back in the room where these guys are, but not at the portcullis.
And I'll be shouting at her, you can't let other people die for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gabriel. Constance has got this thing resting in her, the portcullis. Hessia, you can sort of see hanging off her elbow.
I'm helping. Damn it, Hestia.
Like pulling it down.
When you like pulled her to move, the foot started to move. You think she was so close. Maybe like one close. Maybe just one.
I will.
If only I hadn't tried to call that horse.
Bloody horse.
I should have
I'm going to Eldritch Blast the.
You know that go, but
I'm going to have another. Yeah, I'm going to basically send.
Yep. Give me a roll to hit, please.
I'll get advantage because it killed Eric. 12.
No.
And then the spiritual weapon is going to hit.
Yeah, you invoke the blast out of your hand. Sweating now.
Yeah.
Constance blood over your hands, literally over your hands. As you pull it out, blast it in, and it just somehow gets absorbed into the mass. It doesn't seem to have any effect on it. Spiritual weapon is just raining hits down on it, though.
19.
Yeah, it's a hit. Give me some damage.
I think that's a crit.
Oh, decipher crit on that. Yeah,
because of killing Eric. Let me double check that. I may have read that on another theme though.
I'm not sure. I really need to sit down and just.
You gain advantage. Oh, I only gain advantage.
Okay.
It's not a crit.
Give me some damage.
But it's damaged, and it takes 1d8 and 1d6. It takes 7, 8 plus 5. 5, yeah. So 7 plus 8, 5. So 13 points of damage.
Nice. It's getting chipped away.
I've got nothing.
Maths with Adam. Bits of it are getting knocked off it for sure.
Oh, I say this is water out loud. So
I would hear that.
I shout, I fucking knew it!
Constance and Hessia, what do you do?
Is any of the damage that Constance is receiving, would that class as bludgeoning or piercing?
Almost definitely, yes, from what you have seen.
Excellent. I am going to cast Blade Ward on you.
Can you cast that on other people or on yourself? Yeah, for 1 round, she gets resistance.
I think so. Okay, hang on, let me just...
Does range
Oh,
self?
no, a range self, no. Oh, but hang on.
Don't worry, because I also have it and I was going to cast it this round.
But I think... Hang on. Because that is what I would have done. Where is...
Do you want to do first, Constance?
Yeah, you, because I think I have a thing.
Okay. What I'm going to do is...
And then you'll do it, and then this will ruin my
No. What I will do is, I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to touch you, and I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good.
On
Hessia.
Okay.
Who's right there. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Aberrations, Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead.
Nice. So you make her immune. Oh, protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use my blood as an item that I'm using in that?
Yeah, you need the material in me.
I've got holy water, which I have.
Yep. Yeah, you.
So what have I now got? Protection from...
Protection from good, evil.
Protection from evil.
Protection from evil.
Yeah, you invoke the spell.
Disadvantage.
You feel engulfed.
Oh, that's bonus action. Shield.
Ooh, okay. And then...
Yeah.
I can't do it, so do it.
Okay,
do
and
it.
then... I use the shield of...
So action to do, you invoke it?
Yeah, this is a bonus action. Father Abastal's shield.
Yeah.
Which has an imbued blade ward in it.
Yep, so you see the shield of Constant, the holy symbol on the front of it lights up in a flash and kind of engulfs her skin. Just like that.
Not much else I can do.
And you've just got this thing digging into your shoulder.
I'm imagining it's spiked.
Yeah.
Like...
Dirty spikes that have been in the water. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
It's okay.
Must be a
No
tetanus.
disease.
Exactly. That's why I didn't need to roll. I remember some things. Hessia, what do you want to do, boss?
I guess I shall just rich bolt it now.
Yeah,
But
so
because
you
I-
concentrate and you keep that going.
Even though I had the reaction earlier.
Yeah, no, that's
That
fine.
was
Yeah,
broken
no,
up.
there wasn't enough to put
Okay,
your
in that
concentration.
case I just roll for
Give me some damage, please.
8.
Nice. Yeah, bits of it are definitely falling off.
Do you need to do your...
No, not that time.
Oh, it's my turn, isn't it?
Thanks.
It's going to wail in on you. What's your armor class?
19.
It's going to be close. No. That's got you though.
I'm just part of the portcullis now.
Yeah. 2d8 again. 14 points of damage, please.
But you resist it, so you half it.
Yeah, so you take 7 because of Blade Ward.
Ah,
It's piercing damage. No, this one's bludgeoning, sorry.
So yeah.
So it strikes at you again first. You get your shield up, but this time it just pushes against your body. And just with one hand, you can't possibly push it against, as it then steps in, and this massive fist-like log thing just rains down on you.
Threatening.
Give me a strength check, please, as you've now got this thing hitting down on you and the portcullis.
23.
Your knee starts to buckle as again you think back to, I have to lift kids above my head. Boof, and then just lift
throwing
it.
paladins in the air.
You stand up again.
Not catching them. Just
Yeah, she's standing.
Red.
She's standing.
Oh boy.
She's standing.
Yeah. Red
So-
on the altar.
How fresh is this thing looking?
From behind, looking at its wounds, you can see maybe at most a third of the refuge, maybe
And
less.
It's huge. And it's really
Maybe less.
dangerous, yeah.
You're well aware of how vulnerable you are in here.
Mm-hmm.
That if Constance drops this, you have completely put your life in her hands.
Mm-hmm. Right, we're doing the thing. Cool.
So, wait a second.
Oh lordy. Well, there's no words, but
What you say is what you say. So, he nods to you.
yeah, like the same images that he showed her, she's showing back.
Yep. Did you drop the dagger up there?
I took it with me.
You took it with you.
Yeah.
It's okay, she's a wolf.
Yep.
She's gonna sort of lie down next to him, like slightly above.
Yeah.
You know, sort of drinking his scent.
Yeah.
And
You
then
can see his breathing is a little bit laboured already.
yeah. She's gonna use her teeth to pull out the crossbow bolt anyway, because
Yeah.
that's no reason to be in there.
Again, you've never heard him yelp in pain. You've
Yeah.
never heard him.
She's then gonna put her teeth around the back of his neck and just do a snap of the spinal cord.
Yeah.
Like quick, clean.
You've still got the link to him as you do. As you put these images, and he's put the images back to you. As he puts across the image of so let me start that again. So you're linked psychically with him, both exchanging images as you always have. As you see, hunting as a pack, all of the others. You see the other wolves who all died biting the werewolves so you could escape and the others could escape. You see them off in the distance as he stops and looks over to you and beckons. But in the image you don't go towards him. And then you see the previous alpha. You see him standing there tall and proud, and others tall and proud, as they let out this howl. As you can't help but join in the howl. As he starts running towards them. But then it goes dark. The clouds close in. And they cut him off from the others. As he looks lost, scared, terrified. As he looks round in an unfamiliar land. As the field begins to die in front of your eyes. As you see the shadows of larger wolves walking in, surrounding him as it goes dark. And you find yourself back in the room in this altar with his lifeless body. Jekyll.
I can't see the altar from here, can I?
No, you can see standing with this big mound monstrosity.
Jeez.
There's a lot of blood pouring off his half right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna.
The chanting has stopped.
The chanting has stopped, but no, I see what I see. I'm gonna grab my my mirror in my pocket, kind of squeeze it, and then kind of cast a sanctuary on Constance.
Nice. I really like this spell. It's a good spell.
Yeah.
So he's got to make a will save to attack, hasn't he?
Yeah, so the warded creature within range, until the spell ends, any creature that attacks must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, they have to target someone new. But if my warded creature attacks or casts a spell that affects the enemy creature, then the spell ends.
It's a great spell. Great spell, isn't it? Yeah, you invoke it. Constance, you feel this sanctuary, this peace fall upon you. You've probably experienced it before. That's it. The sort of rumbling of the house has stopped as well. You can see the sort of body pose of whatever the hell this thing was has changed. It no longer looks ready to attack. The rumbling within the house has stopped. Whatever the earth tremor was has died down completely. The little girl inside your head is still screaming to run and flee and that we shouldn't be here. Gabriel, what do you do, sir?
The thing isn't attacking.
It's not in an aggressive pose at the moment. But it has just basically pinned the shield against Constance and as she's just been stood there with one arm with punches raining down into her face. But the legs stayed strong. What do you do?
I want to shoot it in the face with an Eldritch Blast and hit it with my scythe.
You going to attack it?
Yeah, I'm going to attack it. Eldritch Blast, advantage. Hey, it ain't my turn. I've got nothing to heal you with. I could cast Bane, but then that's a waste of one of those spells I found.
I can't cast anymore. Anyway, I should put these.
Got to reroll that because of advantage. 12. Eldritch Blast misses again. And
Flies
the
past
spiritual weapon hits.
Yep, give me some damage.
Does does 9 points of damage.
Yes. Constance and Hessia. The chanting is completely ended now. You probably could see what just happened on the altar.
Sure. What happened when Gabriel hit the monster?
Yep.
How did it react?
From the spiritual weapon, it's just kind of rocked back. It's not gone into an aggressive stance.
Okay. I am going to do the only thing I can do left. I can run out of things to do.
Yep.
I've expended all spell slots, but I still can channel divinity. And so what I want to do is abjure enemy, but I'm not going to say that.
Okay. Yeah. Give me. No, fine. Let me take it.
Yeah. Well, no. I just.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read out what it does first,
okay,
and then what I'll say.
Yeah.
As an action, you present the holy symbol and speak a prayer of denunciation. Choose one creature within 60 feet that you can see. That creature must make a wisdom saving throw unless it's immune to being frightened. Fiends and undead have disadvantage. On a failed save, the creature is frightened for 1 minute, while frightened, the creature's speed is 0. So what I'm going to say is, Walter, you've been a naughty boy. Go to your bed. And I'm going to mutter under my breath a prayer of duration.
So that's a will save.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roleplay it because this is cool. I just need to read what its will save is. Sorry, I don't think it's great. Okay, yep, you invoke it. Hessia.
I am going to get one of the healing potions we found earlier.
Yep.
And because you're like 6 foot something, aren't you? And I'm like 5 foot. So I'm going to sort of mage hand it up towards your mouth. 'Cause I can't reach.
And surely at least a foot high.
Yeah.
But you're on like kind of the wrong side of the
You pour it in?
And literally just pour it down her throat.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Cool. What do I get?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
So 8. Cool.
Nice. Yeah, you spend your action to feed someone else. I'm happy.
Nice, thank you.
My turn. So I like the spell. I like the roleplay. You see the creature turns away from you. Its head just kind of spins on the spot. Its arms kind of just turn in the socket. And it just starts walking backwards towards the other side of the room. Red.
Mm-hmm. I ain't doing anything.
Give me an insight.
Insight? 23.
Critical.
You were there when Ireena had the conversation with the party about what happens when you die here.
Mm-hmm.
That Strahd chooses not only the living that can enter, but the dead can't leave. That the souls are reborn, trapped here. They don't have the memories, but they come back again and again to be his playthings.
So killing it would make a difference. It's just going to keep coming back. Cool.
Also, you do a wolf isn't a trap too.
Yeah, gotta go kill Strahd.
Yeah.
There's only way to do it for it.
Decision made.
She's not going anywhere. She's just sat there.
You feel the warm water of life drip down your chin. A taste of blood fills you. As his lifeless body just lies in front of yours. Jakul.
I'll run down and I'll try and grab the podcast to
Yeah,
kind of
give me
brace
a
it off of
strength
her.
check.
Kind.
Maybe this time. Nope.
What do you get? Your assistance is welcomed,
Yeah.
I'm sure, and you can take some of the load, but you're not lifting it up, but you're sharing the load now.
Thanks,
So,
buddy.
I'll try and wedge myself under as well.
we can come out of combat if people prefer now.
Yeah.
Depends if you're planning on attacking whatever this thing is.
I'm not.
So it's up to you.
Not with how injured you looking.
Gabriel, your turn. Or you can just go as a blob.
Oh, I can't move because now I've got a... I've actually, to be fair, I could probably... Can I assist?
Yeah, you can
Or
offer
can I
assistance
kinda,
on this side.
Keep her upright?
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and keep you upright.
There's lots of hands on board. As between you, you kind of hold each other up. Okay, role play it out for me. The house has stopped rumbling. The weight of the portcullis is still there. You're on the altar. It's cold. There's no chanting. You're back to that kind of eerie silence. Whatever the hell this thing was makes its way across the water and then slowly starts to collapse into a pile on the far side again.
Once we manage to lift the portcullis out of your shoulder, does it lock into place when we lift it?
It takes some serious strength to prise it open. Yeah.
Is the door back there, is that clicked back open?
No, it seems to be still kind of flush with the wall. Whether that kind of wooden balcony you saw would take the weight of this creature, you're not sure.
Go check that door so you can push it open, because then that's the only way that we're going to get.
This thing's getting heavy, even with 2 people. This is your arms are dead.
We need to lift this up, basically.
I use thaumaturgy because that will open an unlocked door. So if it's unlocked, I should be able to just.
No, it seems to have clicked back into lock.
No, it's still locked.
You think back to the panel inside, the one that you that little click as it opened up.
That's still locked. Should we?
Find something to brace this with?
We need to lift it out of her shoulder.
Yeah.
So you two need to lift it.
Yeah. Okay. Lift it out of her
And
shoulder.
all I can do is brace it.
Which side are we going on this?
Come towards me. I'll move out of the way.
I'm gonna go in with Red's inside.
We go open that other door. We wait for Hesia to run round, open that door.
Okay.
And once that's open, then we can decide which way we're going.
Oh, you want it okay, I thought you wanted me to check it. Right, okay. In that case, I shall run off and do that then.
So you're going to open the top?
Go
So she's
round the
running back
outside to unlock it
you
from cell
into
side.
this
Yeah.
dungeon.
Oh, good plan.
And we'll kind of try and get this out of you and then get into the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to try strength?
Yeah.
Give me a roll.
I'll brace you.
13.
13.
Side go, it's not moving. Just between the two of you, you can't get the leverage that you need. It's awkward off your shoulder. It's just not shifting.
Can you get something to brace it?
I'm going to change back.
Yeah.
So now
Still
she's
in your
just,
mouth or not?
Like still like just blood completely dripping down.
Yeah.
I'm now going to invoke the bear totem, bear spirit, over where you guys are. This is going to be. I don't think it needs a vote. It's completely silent. She's going to hold.
Explain what they see.
So it will be like sort of the air sort of like shimmers, not like sparkly, but like as if like heat ripples, and just this hulking bear, sort of almost made out of I don't know, like leaves and anything that's sort of in the air. It doesn't look like it's made out of anything solid. It's particles and leaves and things. Just this giant bear just sort of stands on its hind legs next to you. That gives you 5 plus 3, so 7 more hit points.
5 plus 3. 8.
Sorry, 8.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hit points as long as this is maintained, and an advantage on all strengths checks and save throws.
So you'll lose those as soon as it ends, but if you were to get hit, you'd lose those hit points first.
Yeah.
Sure, I see.
Yeah.
So you want to give me another strength roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Advantage.
You got advantage, so 2d20s.
Yeah, you got advantage on strength rolls.
20.
Crits.
36.
21.
Pardon?
21.
And
He got crit.
Crit.
nice.
Well, the bear made it so.
Yeah, bear made it.
Both of
Fine,
you
fine,
just
rolls.
press this thing straight up.
Fuck yeah.
Does it lock into place?
The bear does like a
It locks into
spectral
place.
roar.
Nice.
You hear the as the portcullis clicks back in.
As I open the other door.
It was 8, wasn't it?
It's fine.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah, but it's only if you're probably going to drop it and you're probably not going to take damage. So
there's something in front of your door. Right. Well, that thing that was attacking us is Walter, because before Eric died and I looked through his eyes, I saw the infant child. So you're a cleric. You know how to deal with sorting ghosts out. I guess.
you hear this scream still in the back of your head, just to leave, run, hide.
I'll just kind of sit down, hands in my head. Trying to stop
Red
her
does
from-
the image. Oh, she's looking at all of them. You're probably the most intact. The image of killing the monster, it dies, it comes back. Killing the monster, it dies, it comes back. And then the image of... She didn't actually get a good look at Strahd, she just saw like
Outline.
the outline, but then that and a clear sort of intent, target, prey.
You could be right. I say that without any like. Red Red thinks it's a continuous circle. If we kill it, then of course their soul becomes something else.
But does it even have a soul?
Like Red does like
they
a
were
little...
saying that big hulking man in the shop in wherever it was.
You didn't have a
The
soul.
village.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you met someone who was a drab.
How would you put a child to rest?
Again, the image of Strahd.
I'll be whispering to Rose, it's your brother, it's your brother. It's all gone, it's all good. It's done, it's gone.
Red's gonna walk out.
Yeah.
She just silently just walks away out
Saw this
into the
little
other room.
halfling. Truly appreciate the size of her now. And the little red cape. Blood down the front. Head held high or low?
No.
I'm going to follow quite protectively.
Yeah. You feel something familiar but not. As you're used to someone just on your flank, always watchful, always aware, always protecting. You can't help but look over this time. You see it's not the wolf, it's not this dad. As you see it is 6.5 foot of half-orc paladin.
She just keeps walking.
Yep. The others.
It's stinking here. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'd follow.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not staying on my own. Yeah.
You start making your way out. You start making your way up.
Mm-hmm.
You still got the voice in your head.
Is she still screaming or calming down?
She's calmed down now, you're not there. But you're aware that you've not put their remains to rest. You start making your way up. Got a couple of ways out. You could take the short, or you can go right the way up to the roof again.
I would take the short.
Sure.
Yep.
I'll go right up to the roof where the bodies are of the kids.
Yep. So if we do Jekyll first, you start making your way up the secret passage. Oh, Fawn. I'm sure they're safe. They're the best at hide and seek, yes. Do the knock. As you remember. Get to the very top. And the door swings open and you see, again, this dollhouse in the corner. You see the other pieces towards the basement, or in the Hunter's Lodge, sorry. Area. What do you do? See the two beds, one with a spirit of a small child in, and the other with the remains. No one else went up?
No.
I'll go down to the remains of the one that's in my head.
Yep.
I'll kind of kneel down there and say, would you like to return home?
I could come with you. We could stay together.
You'd leave your brother alone.
He could come. Bring one of your friends here.
Could he not join me with you?
No, bring one of your friends here. Both of us could come with you. You could show us Barovia. Parents never did. They never let us out of the room. Bring one of the others.
Can I not bring you to them?
He won't leave the room. It's not safe.
Even if I bring his remains?
No, he won't come. Bring the others here.
I cannot force them to make the
Ask.
decision.
They trust you. Let them know how good it feels. How safe. I can help.
You did not help.
I won't make you
earlier.
run again. I was just scared. I'm sorry. Don't be angry. Please don't be angry. I can help.
We tried to help you, and you nearly got us killed.
I saved you. I kept you safe. I kept us safe.
But at what cost? The cost is too high. I'm sorry.
As your memory rolls back to finding the 2 sarcophagus for these 2 with names on.
I can return your remains to your family. But that is the best I can do.
I just wanted to help.
I know. And I'm so sorry that we could not put you to rest and relieve your brother of his suffering.
The brother kind of just looking out of the bed and sees you. Okay. We're ready.
Okay. I will wrap the remains very carefully with the sheets and the quilts, and I'll kind of like lift them both up together.
Yep.
And I'll take them back down.
Yep.
Take them to their sarcophaguses and lay them to rest in their names.
Yeah. As you start doing it and you say your prayers over it, which god do you dedicate it to?
I will dedicate it to Soon.
So the gods you've seen here are the Morning Lord,
Okay.
which is like the god of...
I cannot dedicate it to my own god, maybe.
You can if you like, yeah.
I'll dedicate it to my own god.
Yeah.
She's the goddess of love and beauty. So
You feel...
I'll dedicate it like to her love, like say, return to my goddess's love and find peace in her love.
You feel like a fear of the unknown at first.
Yeah.
As you kind of lay them both to rest. And as you do, the spirit leaves your body.
Return to Soon's bosom and find her love.
Those who went out via the shortcut.
That one.
You find your way in the Hunter's Lodge room with these various heads on the walls, a lot that you took down. Make your way out. Who's going first?
Red's going to stay in. She's going to say one word, out.
Before I go out, I think I've got one more use of divine sense for resting.
Yeah.
Can I sense the malign presence that was in there last time I was looking at the tapestries and the wood carvings?
Yeah. You can, but nowhere near as strong as it was.
Red's going to produce a flame and say, out again.
Make a beeline for the door.
Yeah.
Jacoul's still in the basement.
It's all good.
Guys.
I'll be fine. There's a well down
She's
here.
waiting for it. She'll wait for a second until she's sure everyone's out.
Yeah. Everyone gets... You make your way out. You go the shortcut way when you finally put them to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'll go up to the top and I'll kind of lose my shit a bit and smash some stuff and then I'll walk out.
Oh.
Nice. Yep.
Red's just going to go along all the bottom floor, just with that flame, just on everything that's flammable on the bottom floor, and just walk out and let it burn.
Those who are going out first, as you get to the front door, you can see scratch marks on the door, bloodied. You find a couple of crossbow bolts. Sorry, bear with me, and I'll explain where.
Scratches on the inside or outside?
Inside, trying to get out. You see a couple
Something's happening upstairs to the dwarf, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see a couple of crossbow bolts in the far
Where's
wall.
that door?
Wait, there was a room in here we didn't explore, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, from the...
Too late.
You see a couple of crossbow bolts in the far wall. And as you get to the door, it's already opened, and you can see the dwarf unconscious on the floor with Ireena over the top of him. And you can see, I've forgotten his name, the brother, sorry.
Ismark?
Ismark, sword out, looking out in a sort of defensive stance around her. As you arrive at the sort of entrance, so it'll be you three first. Ireena, looks up to you. A smile touches her face and it touches her eyes. It's quite warm and welcome. Just a nod. I feared the worst. We heard the scratching on the door, but there was nothing we could do.
What happened?
Why is he
What happened to the dwarf?
He screamed something terror. He must have been fighting something in there. We didn't hear you, and we were worried that. But it would seem our worry was misplaced.
I look at the orc.
She looks up to you, and you see general honest concern touch her as she sees your shoulder. But you are hurt. Come quick. She puts her hand out. She's got a tender, warm touch to hers. And she beckons you over and takes you to the stables. All of you will make it out. The dwarf is awoken. And we'll just do a quick 5 minutes. We've got time.
What happened to the kids that were with them?
What he say?
Red's still setting stuff on fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's still in.
Smoke is coming from the building. They made small tea as they kind of pour some out for each of you.
Are we in the stables at this point? Or we just sat outside the house?
Watching it burn.
As she looks over you, so who's been hurt? You got quite badly hurt, but healed.
Yeah.
You're been healed, but were hurt for sure.
Yeah.
Jakul?
I was hurt, but I healed myself and I fixed where the holes were in my.
Yes, so she won't be able to tell. Ismark, chin up, rest. I'll keep watch. I'll keep you safe. As he strides, one hand not quite on hip, but kind of resting on this sword. His cloak billowing slightly as he goes out into this kind of clearing with a wood, a good kind of 60, 70 yards before it reaches the buildings. The mist is still here. It is still unnatural, and it is still dark-ish. You're at maybe 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. You've maybe been in the house for a total of 5 hours, something like that. Ireena looks to your wounds. I thank you for whatever you did.
What happened to the children? And the dwarf?
It became clear. The children tried to repeatedly talk us into going into their house. I wanted to come in to help, but Ismark stood strong to his word that we would stay outside with them. And I got angry at this. I do not believe they were children. What happened in there?
We met the real children, long dead, I'm afraid. There was a great evil there as well.
Still is a great evil there, but a weaker one.
For now.
But there won't be any way of getting there because the house is about to burn down. Because
the smell of kind of dry wooden is coming out.
So I suggest we make a camp somewhere else that isn't right by a burning house.
Yeah.
I feel we've done some good for this land.
Yeah.
We've helped somehow.
We're getting rid of that house.
Red comes out of the house now.
Yeah,
Goes towards
it's
the stable. She's got
properly
like
cool.
soot
Yeah.
all over her face. Still blood, sort of drying around her mouth.
We did lose a lot.
And
Ireena looks
her
over.
hand sort of like keeps hovering outwards.
Prestidigitation. Your face becomes instantly clean.
Yeah, try and
all
clean
the
her up.
blood removed. Yep.
What is this the magical equivalent of like what?
Yep.
You instantly clean or saw an object larger than 1 cubic feet.
Ireena looks over, and it seems to be genuine concern on her face as she kind of stops mid-sentence what she's saying and runs over towards you. She goes again to take your hand.
Sort of looks at it.
I cannot imagine what you've gone through. And this
You could show her.
Yeah, literally just like image, just blank face the entire time.
Yeah. She kind of keeps eye contact with you. As you just see, she just openly cries.
And like the last image she puts is just Strahd, or like the image that she saw of him, and she just says, Strahd.
As you say it, all of you hear, I see you. And that's where we'll leave it. I thought you guys were fucked then. I thought, well, one of you's dead. So it was a 15 to lift the...
Yeah.
And then it was like, you rolled a 14, I'm like, shit. And then you rolled a 14 to pull her out, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I helped.
I think I helped.
I've done a lot of helping tonight.